I'm actually facing eviction because I don't make enough to be able to pay my rent on time.
Meanwhile, AAA predicts more than 2.1 million Georgians are traveling by car for Thanksgiving. The Georgia DOT recommends hitting the road in the mornings this week if you are able to do so. Wednesday is expected to be the busiest for pre-Turkey Day travel. Right now, we are partly cloudy, 55 degrees in Midtown, warming up to a high of 72. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards tells us we're watching for 2 rounds of rain showers in Metro Atlanta this week.
The first round arrives early Tuesday morning as a cold front ushers light rain showers into the region. Expect rain to move through between 3 a.m. and 8 a.m. The second round of rain arrives late Wednesday night, with the heaviest rain occurring around midnight.
Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast is coming up. Georgia Labor Commissioner Bruce Thompson has died.
The announcement coming Sunday evening that the state's 10th labor commissioner had passed away. Before taking that office in January of 2023, Thompson served as a lawmaker in the state Senate representing the 14th district since 2013. In a post on social media, the Department of Labor Chief of Staff writes, quote, "We mourn the loss of a fighter, a leader, and a true servant of the people." Thompson announced earlier this year he had pancreatic cancer. He was 59. Michelle Wright, 95.5 WSB.
Marietta police investigate the death of an infant. Officers say they were first called to a location on Grambling Street to investigate the possible death of a newborn. That's where they found the child dead. No word yet on the age of the child or circumstances surrounding that child's death. Well, you'll start hearing the bells of the Salvation Army today at locations around Atlanta.
They are a sound of the season, the bells and the familiar kettles for charity. The Salvation Army's Benjamin Lyle.
The money that comes in will go to support children and people in need this holiday season, whether it's with food or housing, toys, and many other things.
And this year, the bell ringers can take your credit card donation and Apple or Google Pay. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
2 lucky turkeys can rest assured they'll survive this Thanksgiving. 9-year-old Grant Zimmerman reveals the names of this year's 2 birds due to be pardoned this morning at the White House by President Biden.
And I'd like you to meet Peach and Blossom.
And his grandfather, John Zimmerman, who's also the chairman of the National Turkey Federation, raised those turkeys. They'll live out the rest of their lives at a farm in Minnesota. And turkeys stuffing pumpkin pie and a side of politics. Jim Ryan reports 3 weeks after the presidential election, Thanksgiving is shaping up to be a political battleground.
At least one survey finds that a quarter of Americans are considering skipping Thanksgiving this year to avoid political disputes with family. But wait a minute.
These are people that we love and have known for a very long time.
And Nashville psychiatrist Dr. Joseph Sharp urges his clients to
think about their relationships that's deeper than their political beliefs.
And he says if it's a point of contention, just change the subject to something other than the just completed election. It's 9:03. The Mark Arum Show begins in less than 2 minutes. First, though, time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Here's Ashley Fresca.
Good morning, Cheryl. DOT had trouble reported in the right lane. You may see the flashing lights of the crash on 285 West past Roswell Road. 85 South trying to get into downtown Atlanta. Brake lights begin just past North Druid Hills. That intersection backed up. North Druid Hills at Claremont as the traffic lights are flashing red in all directions. Updating I-75, it's Alex Williams.
75 southbound on the south side. Already starting to see that holiday travel fill in as you leave Stockbridge from Hudson Bridge Road down to Highway 2081 in McDonough. 75 southbound out of Cobb County. A great ride between Ackworth, Kennesaw, and Marietta. Same story, 575 southbound coming down from Canton. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. A mix of sun and clouds today, high 72. Rain showers arrive after midnight with lows in the mid-50s. The morning rain tapers off. Afternoon sunshine, staying cool, high 62. Dry on Wednesday, partly cloudy, morning low 43. Afternoon high 64.
And right now, 51 degrees in Kennesaw, Douglasville. You're at 52. It's 50 degrees in Swanee. More news coming up at 9:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
Welcome, friends. Hope you had a great weekend. Mark Arum and crew filling your ears with some good stuff for 3 hours with you till noon, all over the Trump transition. A lot of new nominees over the weekend. We'll go to Karen Travers in D.C., get us caught up to date on that. Linda Gradstein's going to join us later this hour in Jerusalem. Fingers crossed we're going to have a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hezbollah. Eric Erickson joins us live. I got to talk about the story Cheryl just said of folks canceling Thanksgiving plans because they don't want to talk politics. That's a ridiculous reason to cancel Thanksgiving. The only legitimate reason to cancel Thanksgiving is an argument over what food is being served. If you're a turkey purist and they're like, oh, we're just having ham, that's a reason to blow off Thanksgiving with your family. Or, we're doing a carb-free Thanksgiving. That's a reason to not go to Thanksgiving, not political differences anyway. I want to start with a local story. We have an update on that BioLab fire. And again, this is a story we were all over it when that the infamous plume was floating over Rockdale County. And I have a feeling this is a story that is not going away. New details over the weekend from the U.S. Chemical Safety and Hazard Investigation Board. Never even knew that was a thing. I wonder who Trump's going to nominate to lead the U.S. Chemical Safety and Hazard Investigation Board. They released an update on its investigation into the BioLab fire in September, which, as you know, led to road closures, hospitalizations, evacuations of 17,000 people in the surrounding community because of the chemical plumes, smoke, and toxic vapors. So this is basically a government oversight committee. They're investigating that horrible story that impacted so many folks there in Rockdale County and up in Lawrenceville and in East Atlanta when the wind started taking the plume. So according to the CSB, we'll call them that, a BioLab employee who was assigned to watch at Plant 12 storage warehouse in the Conyers site reported hearing a popping sound starting at their 5 a.m. rounds on September 29th. So the company, BioLab, to their credit, they had people basically on fire watch, worried about anything going on. After noticing that, quote, product was wet, they notified the only other employee on site and tried to isolate the reacting product, but failed. There were no flames, but they called 911 at 5:10 a.m. due to the large toxic vapor plumes inside the building. That's according to the report. So at 5:10 a.m., 10 minutes after they heard the popping sound, they called 911. So the person in charge of security was all over it, on top of it. BioLab officials told the safety board that its facility had started a permanent fire watch up to 3 months earlier after finding strong odor from oxidizers at 2 buildings, including Plant 12. So 3 months earlier, the folks at BioLab were like, oh, we need to start a fire watch. That's telling. I've been here 27 years. We've never, all right, we need a WSB fire watch. Longoria, you're doing the overnight weekends. You're on fire watch. Right? If they're that concerned that they have to create a new position, they obviously knew something was wrong. 2 BioLab employees were on fire watch at the time of the incident. Their responsibilities including finding and managing hazards, detecting fire hazards or early signs of product decomposition, telling site leadership of any leaks or other water intrusions, and contacting a third-party sprinkler company if a head was leaking. How did they even hire the 2 fire marshals? You just post a job on Indeed and be like, hey, we need fire watchers for a BioLab. What do you pay? Who would do that?
I imagine you've got to have some mechanical background, right, to understand.
Well, you hopefully would, but they'd be like, we're paying $50 an hour.
Yeah, you got somebody that wants a job?
Yeah, exactly.
Your cousin need a job?
All right, by 6:30 a.m. on the 29th, the fire was visible through the roof, located above where the employee first saw the chemical reaction. An hour later, the report stated a shelter-in-place order was issued, though it was unclear on how expansive it was. Rockdale fire crews extinguished the fire by 8 a.m., or so we thought. A second fire erupted around noon, producing the thick black multicolored plumes of smoke that was ultimately seen for miles. The CSB stated a first responder described the scene as, quote, major chemical reactions. Just before 12:30 p.m., so 8 hours after the fire watch dude knew something was amiss, first responders started to evacuate the area, and I-20 was shut down 30 minutes later. The building ultimately destroyed in the fire, which crews extinguished at 4 p.m. I-20 reopened at 7 a.m. the following day, the report stated, but nearby smaller roads remain closed even longer. So the building is 275,000 square feet. That's a big building. Think of the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where they hide the Ark of the Covenant in that that's the size of the building. It has 7 sprinkler systems, and its chemical storage area separated from the main warehouse by a firewall and sprinkler system. Its role is to distribute the materials in other production buildings while raw and packaged materials were also stored in its rack. The report stated that the bulk chemicals at Plant 12 were 99%, I can't pronounce that acid, and 98% another thing that I can't pronounce. According to the CSB, oxidizers, quote, readily yield oxygen or other oxidizing gas or other that readily react to promote or initiate combustion of combustible materials and can, under some circumstances, undergo a vigorous self-sustained decomposition due to contamination or heat exposure. That's what we saw. For several weeks, those within a 2-mile radius were given a nightly shelter-in-place warning by County Emergency Management. The last one expired on October 17th. And as we all know, the smoke eventually drifted over Metro Atlanta, and we smelled the chlorine and the haze. Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff. So this is the initial report. The CBS says its findings and recommendations, if appropriate, will be detailed in its final investigation report, which is yet to be determined. CSB chairperson Steve Owen said in a statement, this incident and the substantial potential risk that it posed to the surrounding community was completely unacceptable. Reactive chemical incidents can have severe environmental and public safety impacts due to the combination of fire, toxic gas emissions, and hazardous materials involved. In Biolab and any other facility that has reactive chemicals on site must manage those materials safely. Really damning stuff right there. A very detailed report there, again, from the U.S. Chemical Safety and Hazard Investigation Board. That's an update on their investigation. The investigation is not over yet, but heads are going to roll on this puppy. Heads are going to roll. Huge local story. Those poor people, the poor business owners surrounding that. Shelter in place. That's like Chernobyl type stuff. We're going to see 4-headed fish and ponds all across Rockdale County because of that. All right, just wanted to update that big local story. When we come back, Trump transition continues. We're going to go to the nation's capital. Karen Travers from ABC gives us the latest next on The Mark Arum Show.
What do you do to get stimulating conversation?
You don't go after a woman's dog.
What do you do to get a unique opinion?
2 + 2 = 4.
Now, you can start listening to the Von Hessler Doctrine at work.
The WSB lawyers were hardcore on Eric about that.
Yeah.
And continue on your drive home.
Then go back and clarify.
The Von Hessler Doctrine.
Today.
Now starting at 3 p.m.
I think it's going to be good for the country.
95.5 WSB, Atlantis News and Talk.
Can you believe it, friends? Fall is here. Now's the time to get your home's roof, siding, and windows ready for the change of season. Mark Arum back from my pals at Dr. Roof. They are here to help you with your roofing, siding, and windows, and they have a new program to help you get your project done while you can hold on to your cash. Dr. Roof offering buy now and pay later programs just for a limited time. So imagine upgrading your roof, siding, or windows now and paying later. Sure can't beat that from someone who's been around for over 35 years. Call them now to see if you qualify for a program that fits your needs.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
Do you know the secret to losing fat permanently? Hi, I'm Dr. Taylor from Be the Younger You Atlanta, and I know the secret. Our anti-aging program makes it easy to lose weight, regain your health, and for many of our patients, reduce or even come off their medications. All without drugs, surgery, prepackaged meals, or injections. No counting points or calories. And you feel great while losing it because if you're doing it the right way, you should feel great.
Hey, it's Shelley Winter. The Be the Younger You ATL.com weight loss program is the best ever because because it really works. You lose the weight and the weight stays off, just like it has done for me. Stick to the program and you will look and feel much, much better. Go to BeTheYoungerYouATL.com right now or call 770-415-3000.
Call us now to schedule your free consultation and take advantage of our 20% off fall special. Call 770-415-3000 or go to BeTheYoungerYouATL.com. That's BeTheYoungerYouATL.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Skip the hassle and sell your home with the strongest cash offer this fall. The Guaranteed Offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. With the Guaranteed Offer, you can skip the uncertainty and sell your home fast for all cash in as little as 21 days. Mark Spain Real Estate's been serving families for nearly 30 years and has helped over 58,000 satisfied clients. Trust the top real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home fast and for maximum profit. Go to markspain.com and find out what your guaranteed offer would be and start packing.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-926-0155. That's 800-926-0155. 800-926-0155.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
9:18 on the Mark Arum Show, checking outer loop trouble in Sandy Springs, or is it inner loop? I don't know. It's on 285, Mike Shields.
Yeah, it's the outer loop, Mark. You were there. 285 westbound, getting past Roswell Road. The DOT was reporting a crash in a right lane. They've moved that to the right shoulder. All lanes are back open. Those delays quickly easing as you leave Georgia 400, getting past Roswell Road. Speaking of delays easing, nothing on the downtown connector. A nice ride right now, 7585 north and southbound between 17th Street and 166. The support is brought to you by PureTalk.com. Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month on their 5G network. Dial pound 250 and say the keyword switch now and save 50% off your first month. I'm Mike Shields, 95.5 WSB.
We need better working conditions. We need to be treated fairly because, it's like we love our job, but we can't make it on this, what we are paying now. We can't make it. We need a raise in order to make it.
That is a striking airport worker in Charlotte at Charlotte Douglas International Airport walking the picket lines this morning. How could that impact Thanksgiving travel? Thankfully, it's not here at Hartsfield-Jackson, but Charlotte commuters, if you have flights that go through Charlotte, you might be impacted by a strike. Speaking of Thanksgiving travel, Deborah's going to give us a refresher course on etiquette, on what not to do and what to do when it comes to Thanksgiving travel. As the AAA says, we're going to have a record number of travelers this Thanksgiving holiday. It's already started, in fact. All right, let's head up to the nation's capital. Karen Travers, White House correspondent from ABC. Good morning, Karen. Trump transition, a bunch of more nominees over the weekend. What's the latest? And looking ahead to confirmation, will it be easy to get some of these confirmed, or will it be tough sledding?
Yeah, well, it depends. It depends on which one we're talking about. But I think, a big headline here is that with a flurry of announcements over the weekend from Friday night into Saturday, President-elect Trump has now nominated head for each of the 15 agencies that make up the cabinet. So his second-term cabinet is nearly complete. There's some positions still that he has to name, like the Small Business Administration, that he could elevate to the cabinet level. But all of those major executive agencies and departments now have a nominee. So that's very significant. He things move very quickly, given that we are less than 3 weeks from Election Day. Much faster pace than we saw from him 8 years ago, quicker than what we saw from Joe Biden, our president-elect, 4 years ago. And I think it indicates, that he was coming into this prepared. He knows the types of people that he wanted to pick. He knows the names. He had a list of people that he was looking at to pick for these positions. And he wants to hit the ground running on day one and expects that this confirmation process will start in earnest in January when Republicans can take control of the Senate. But there are some names that are still, I think there are a lot of questions about up on Capitol Hill, from Tulsi Gabbard as the head of the Director of National Intelligence, Pete Hegseth as the Defense Secretary, and some of the other health positions as well. But, there's also a sense that he is the president-elect and this is his cabinet, and they have to give deference on most of the positions. But we'll see which are the ones that Republican senators would join Democrats in raising significant questions about.
Karen, what's the current status on FBI background checks of the cabinet nominees?
Yeah, this is an important part of this process right now, and I think it's going to start getting more headlines now that the president-elect has picked somebody for all of these agencies. Because at this point, for the last couple of weeks, you and I have been talking about this rapid fire, like another name, and they kept making picks. Now we're kind of in a holding pattern until the hearings would begin in early January when Republicans take control of the Senate. But what has to happen between now and then is very important, and that's the traditional required FBI background check ahead of a Senate confirmation hearing. You're hearing Republican senators, plus a lot of Democrats, of course, say this is necessary. We have to see these background checks. But none of the nominees so far from the president-elect started the process, undergone a background check, because the Trump team hasn't signed a memo with the Justice Department. It's memo of understanding. That's what it's called. That's how it works in a transition period. And so because they haven't signed that memo, none of these nominees are doing these background checks. And this move is really alarming some up on Capitol Hill. Amy Klobuchar, a Democratic senator, said yesterday, why wouldn't we get these background checks for the most important jobs in the U.S. government? Again, there's some Republicans last week who said, this is a no-brainer, as Tom Tillis put it, that this is a step in the process that is critical. So I think you're going to see a little bit of back and forth with senators and the Trump team on this. Ultimately, I think you will see them sign the memo, depends on when. But the longer they delay, that means they might not be ready for hearing in early January, as the Trump team would like to see.
Interesting. Karen Travers joining us on the Mark Arum Show.
Mhm.
I question the vetting process of the Trump team when we have, what came up with Matt Gaetz and the allegations of Hegseth and even Linda McMahon. Do you think with these latest nominations that the vetting process might have been a little stronger and they might have dug a little deeper?
In the ones that are replacing them, or which would you mean the latest?
Like the Department of Agriculture and Housing.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I think, in terms of Gaetz, none of that was a secret. That was out there. He had been under investigation by the House Ethics Committee. He had been under investigation by the Justice Department. Charges obviously were not ultimately brought. He denies any wrongdoing, but that wasn't something that they uncovered in the process after they announced him as the nominee. Different than, I think, what we're hearing with the Pete Hegseth thing, where Hegseth thing did come out recently, and the Trump team, we're told didn't know about what had happened allegedly or did not happen out in California. So I do think that this, again, is giving credence to what some senators are saying about the need for the FBI background check to dig into some potential issues or uncover things that just, you'd want to come out now while you're doing your due diligence on these nominees and not down the road.
Things happen at a rapid pace. Karen Travers, ABC, as always, appreciate your time, Karen.
Thanks. Have a great day.
We're going to talk to correspondent John Decker. He has more on that. Christina Kino from Bloomberg News going to join us in the 10 o'clock hour, specifically talking about the selection for Treasury Secretary. Now, I know these cabinet positions are being filled fast already, and there's already one to head up the Transportation Department. I've got a recommendation. I was so impressed this weekend. And maybe if I can't get this person to head up the transportation because the guy from MTV Real World is already doing that, but maybe he can, whoever is responsible, I don't know if it's a man or a woman, maybe they can join Vivek and Elon for the Department of Government Efficiency. So Saturday, I told you I went to the dip party out in Snellville. It was fantastic. Thank you for all your recommendations. I brought them home to mine. She's like, I already decided what dip I'm making. So, but I've got them in the recipe folder. So we go out and have it was a great idea for a party. There were savory dips and dessert dips. It was great. So we're driving back from Snellville to Decatur, Tucker, where we live. And I rarely travel on Highway 78, Loganville, Snellville. But when I do, past the Yellow River Game Ranch, between Snellville and Stone Mountain, Maya and I didn't hit a single red light. Yeah, oh, wow is right.
I know that stretch of road
Yes.
really well. Wow.
It was like I was living a dream. I was like, this is, because the only reason I noticed this is Maya's like, oh, when we get to the next ride, I want to show you a picture of me and my cousin when we were kids. We didn't hit a red light. Whoever's in charge of synchronizing the traffic lights on Highway 78 between Snellville and Stone Mountain, they should head up the Department of Government Efficiency. They should head up the Transportation Department. It was like I was a magician, or I had one of those cheating things where you can change. It was unbelievable. I've never gone that long on a single road with so many lights, and there's a ton of lights on 78. I didn't hit a single red light. I don't know if it's a man, a woman who's in charge, but whatever, they deserve a promotion. They deserve a cabinet position. I'd vote for them for governor, senator, whatever. And they need to talk to the rest of the metro area. I was traveling on out in your neck of the woods, West Cobb last night. Macklin Road, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Son of a biscuit. Those lights are not synced at all. Not at all. I went from Snellville to Stone Mountain without hitting a single red light. One of the top 10 moments of my life, probably. And the only reason I probably wouldn't have recognized it if Maya was like, oh, I'll show you the picture at the next red light. So I don't know who you are, man, woman, child. Maybe it's AI. Well done. Well done. That was very impressed. Very impressed. All right, we're going to have more on the Trump transition. We're going to go live to Jerusalem. Linda Gradstein joins us next half hour. Maybe a ceasefire deal in the works between Israel and Hezbollah. Social media is active. I'm on all of them now, including Bluesky, at Mark Arum, MarkArum.
At Humana, our Medicare Advantage plans give you coverage and care you can count on, along with guided support to help you feel your best. Our licensed sales agents are ready to help you understand your options and choose a Medicare Advantage plan. You'll feel confident because you have plan options that fit your needs. You could have a plan with a $0 premium and even personalized care from a wide network of doctors, or all-in-one plans that may include medical and prescription coverage, as well as routine dental, vision, and hearing. When it comes to the benefits and support you need, Humana has Medicare Advantage plans made for your well-being and your wallet. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Hey, football fans, we're in the heart of the season and the race for the playoffs is on. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons, former Atlanta Falcon and Pittsburgh Steeler, and now best-selling author and featured in a new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception. I want you to be able to watch this film at no cost because I believe America needs to know the truth about retirement. Retirement doesn't have to be complicated. In football, the basics, blocking and tackling, are what win games. In retirement, protection and income are the keys to your success. This film shows you exactly how to create more income and protect you from the chaos and unnecessary fees of Wall Street. Call today to get your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. If you'd like, schedule a 10-minute call with one of our all-pro retirement specialists. There's nothing to buy, just a brief chat to see if what we do might be a fit for you. I think you would agree 30 to 40 years of saving for retirement is probably worth a call to make sure you've done all that you can to protect and ensure a successful retirement. Call today to get your free streaming code at 888-471-3896. That's 888-471-3896. Again, 888-471-3896. Mitch Lyons Wealth, your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's 9:30. Good morning to you. I'm Cheryl Castro. Our top local story. We're getting new details into that biolab fire and fallout in Conyers via a report out by one of the federal agencies investigating.
The 8-page report is from the U.S. Chemical Safety and Hazard Investigation Board, and among the things revealed in it shows that an employee at the biolab facility heard a popping sound around 5 a.m. September 29th and noticed noticed a wet product. That employee called for backup, but workers couldn't isolate that wet product. 10 minutes later, a 911 call reporting toxic fumes in the building is made, and then an hour and 20 minutes later, flames are shooting off the roof. The CSB says its investigation is ongoing as it focuses on what it calls a path forward for the company. Michelle Wright, 95.5 WSB.
The Federal Aviation Administration warns air traffic could be slowed down during peak travel times this Thanksgiving week because of staffing issues. There are shortages with air traffic controllers, among others. Meanwhile, private contract workers at Charlotte Douglas International Airport in North Carolina are walking picket lines this morning in a one-day work action. They are striking for better pay.
We love our job, but we can't make it on this, what we are paying now. We can't make it. We need a raise in order to make it.
The striking workers clean planes, restrooms, and gate areas and help passengers with wheelchairs. They make between $12 and $19 an hour. The Menendez brothers have a virtual court hearing scheduled for today in an effort to have their sentences reduced. Eric and Lyle Menendez are serving life sentences for the 1989 murders of their parents in Beverly Hills. There's been renewed interest in their case since Netflix released the hit true crime drama series Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story. It features claims by the brothers that they were the victims of childhood sexual abuse by their father. An Atlanta Hawks legend is being honored tonight after his passing 2 months ago.
That includes a new court decal in honor of his legacy. Players will also wear shirts during pregame with his famous "No, no, no" finger wag taunt on them. He played for the team from 1996 to 2001. His number 55 jersey was retired back in 2015. Mutombo died September 30th at the age of 59 after a battle with brain cancer. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
Braves Hall of Famer Rico Carty has died at the age of 85. Carty began his career with the Milwaukee Braves in 1964 and then brought his talents to Atlanta when the team moved in 1966. The Dominican Republic native won the 1970 National League batting title. Carty was inducted into the Braves Hall of Fame last year. The Georgia Bulldogs are set to return to the SEC Championship game on December 7th. Ticket availability is limited and they're pricey.
After a wild weekend of football, Georgia has clinched a spot in the big game. They'll meet the winner of this week's matchup between Texas and Texas A&M. Georgia already met Texas earlier this season, winning in Austin in October 30-15. Georgia and A&M have not met each other since a game in Athens in 2019. The cheapest ticket on the secondary market will cost you almost $300, and if you want to watch the game from the 50-yard line in the lower bowl, that'll set you back at least $1,250. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
It is 9:33. Time to check traffic and weather. Mike Shields now live in the WSB 24-hour traffic center.
And sure, we'll start to see volume fill up as you leave coming into Alpharetta, 400 southbound to south of McFarland Parkway, exit 12 in that usual work zone there. So watch out for some delays. And we have delays out of Decula getting into Lawrenceville due to right lane road work. Highway 316 westbound at Cedars Road. DOT says that road work's in the right lane. You can always use Sugarloaf Parkway as a way around it. I'm Mike Shields, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly cloudy today, warm, high 72. Watching for rain showers to arrive after midnight. Off and on rain for the morning commute, but drying out through the day, high 62. Wednesday, partly cloudy, morning low 43. Afternoon, high 64.
And right now, we're mostly cloudy, 53 degrees in Woodstock, 54 in Decatur. Lawrenceville, you're at 53 degrees. We'll have more news coming up at 10 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
Turkey, stuffing, and $100.
Now that's a happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving Day is Turkey Day payday.
Listen every hour between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. for the keyword.
You could win a $100 gift card to Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
And you'll have the entire hour to enter the keyword
on the WSB app
or WSBRadio.com.
From the station that's thankful for you.
95.5 WSB. Details at WSBRadio.com.
Well, I think she's compromised. I think by going to Syria,
Illinois Senator Tammy Duckworth talking about Tulsi Gabbard. We'll continue our coverage of the Trump transition, but a TV legend who had a really big impact on my life passed away. I'll tell you about that in 2 minutes on the Mark Arum Show.
Skip the hassle and sell your home with the strongest cash offer this fall. The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. It's Eric Erickson, and with the guaranteed offer, you can skip the uncertainty, sell your home fast for all cash in as little as 21 days. Mark Spain Real Estate's been serving families for nearly 30 years and has helped over 58,000 satisfied clients. Trust the top real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home fast and for maximum profit. Go to markspain.com and find out what your guaranteed offer would be and start packing.
November 29th is Blue Box Friday at D. Geller & Son Jewelers. It's our best sale of the year. Every beautiful piece of jewelry in a blue box is 20% off. Buy 2 pieces and get 40% off both. Buy 3 or more, get 60% off everything. You'll find everything from classic diamond hoops to unique gemstone necklaces to diamond wedding bands. D. Geller & Son has been Atlanta's holiday tradition since 1939. This Blue Box Friday, let us show you why with incredible jewelry at unbeatable prices in Atlanta, Kennesaw, and Sandy Springs. Learn more at dgeller.com.
At Jim Ellis Automotive, we believe buying a car should be quick, easy, and convenient, or in other words, as headache-free as possible. Hi, I'm Stacey Ellis, Vice President of the Jim Ellis Automotive Group. When you're ready for your next car, truck, or SUV, I invite you to visit jimellis.com. It's the easiest way to shop and compare more than 5,000 new, certified pre-owned, and pre-owned vehicles. Find the right vehicle that's right for you and use the Jim Ellis Expressway to start or complete your entire purchase online. Calculate your payment, determine the value of your trade, secure financing, and more. At Jim Ellis Automotive, you can shop from the comfort of home, on the go with your mobile device, or in person at any of our 21 family-owned and operated dealerships located throughout Metro Atlanta. For your convenience, Jim Ellis Automotive also provides at-home services, including test drives, new vehicle delivery, and some service appointments. Ready for a quick, easy, and convenient car buying experience? Visit jimellis.com today. Jim Ellis Automotive, where you can always expect the best.
Protect your turf from termites. Call Breda Pest Management. They handle bugs and critters. And Breda is proud to sponsor Scott Slade's Georgia every Thursday on Atlanta's Morning News.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
9:37 on this Monday before Thanksgiving edition of the Mark Arum Show. Less than 15 minutes. We're going to go live to Jerusalem, get the very latest from Linda Gradstein from CBS on a possible, I'm actually kind of hopeful on this, a possible ceasefire deal between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon. Eric Erickson is going to join us live talking all things politics at 10:35. I want to talk Thanksgiving travel in a second, but I didn't realize how much this dude impacted me. Chuck Woolery passed away over the weekend at the age, I believe, of 83. I'm gonna tell you why he impacted my life extraordinarily, and I think Longoria is gonna agree with me because we're close to the same age. What I didn't know about Chuck Woolery, that he was the original host of Wheel of Fortune. Did you know that?
I didn't know that either. No.
So he hosted it before the guy that hated.
I only ever knew Pat Sajak until now.
Same. Yeah. So he was doing it, and it was becoming successful. And the creators of Wheel of Fortune, he was making $65,000 a year to host Wheel of Fortune. And the creators were going to give him a raise to $500,000 a year. And this is like late 70s, early 80s. From $65,000 to $500,000 a year.
That's a lot of money.
And Woolery said no, he wanted more. He's like, what? I'm the reason this show is successful.
Wow.
I get believing in yourself. But if Ken Charles came in and offered me that kind of a raise, I'd be like, yeah, can I sign a lifetime contract? So I didn't know that little bit of, because Woolery, and why not? If the show is successful, he's the main guy. I don't know if Vanna was with him or not.
It's just a huge jump.
Why not? Why turn down that jump? Cost him who knows how many millions, hundreds of millions. Anyway, Sajak should send him a big bouquet of flowers, thanking him for a step. I didn't even know that. All right, but why was Chuck Woolery so important to me? I knew him as the Love Connection host. Right?
Yeah.
Did you watch the Love Connection?
Yes.
All the Gen Xers out there,
yeah.
You'd watch Love Connection, and I would watch that show whenever it was on. It was funny. If you don't know, they would have a contestant in studio, and they'd get 3 video dating profiles of someone of the opposite sex, and then the person would pick one of those 3, and the audience would vote. And I mean, it was hackneyed, but it was entertaining. I didn't realize, though, until I started thinking about it, I learned how to date because of the Love Connection. What were we, like 10, 12 years old watching it?
Right.
No one,
Yeah.
I had birds and the bees conversations, but no one, my dad never sat me down and was like, this is what you do on a date. Like no one, I learned how to date watching Love Connection. Where they'd come back like, all right, first we went out for a drink at this place, the Regal Beagle, and then
The Regal Beagle.
and they would talk about, and the girl or the guy would say what they liked on the date or what they didn't like about the date. And that was basically a master class for prepubescent Mark Arum. Like, oh, that's what you do on dates.
Yeah, that's not what not to do.
Yeah. It's, what not, hold the door. Like the woman would be like, "Oh, you're such a gentleman. You held the door for me going into the restaurant."
You're taking notes?
Not really, but it was stuck in my mind.
Right.
I don't know if you're my age and you grew up on Love Connection. Chuck Woolery, not he was the vehicle of this, but I learned how to date because of Love Connection. For better or for worse, I think I'm a pretty good date partner. Always pick up the tab for the lady, open the door. I'm not a big order for the lady kind of guy.
Yeah, I know.
They tried to teach me that in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. The lady will have the knockwurst. No, I don't do that. Yeah. But that was very impactful. Chuck Woolery and Love Connection's the only reason I knew what to do on a date. That's pretty impactful. More impactful than any other game show. Jeopardy, you learn, little nuggets and stuff. Wheel of Fortune, you don't learn boo. There's nothing.
You learn how to spell.
Family Feud. I saw someone post about Family Feud. This theory that they never survey 100 Americans about any of this.
I want to know where these surveys are done.
Yeah,
because some of the answers are off.
Well, he's like, it's the show's writers.
Absolutely.
Like, what would 100? I thought it was a pretty hot take. Like, for decades, we're like, oh.
Yeah, where are these 100 people? I think they go to the mall and interview 100 people every day.
This guy's like, it would cost too much. They just make up the numbers. Anyway, rest in peace to Chuck Woolery. I didn't realize till he passed, like, what an impact Love Connection. He taught me and a generation of men how to date. Did you get any dating tips from?
I vaguely remember watching Love Connection. I probably would. That wasn't really kind of my show. I was more of the Price is Right person. You know, I wasn't.
Yeah, you learn stuff on the Price is Right. All right.
Is that where he was 2 and 2? Was that when
yeah.
he'd be
I'll be back in 2 and 2?
Yeah.
Price is Right. You'd be like, all right, how much does the washer and dryer cost? Like you would learn.
I was great at Price is Right because I had to go shopping with my mom all the time, and I'm like, that's too expensive for that dish soap.
So I learned a lot from Price is Right, but not as much as Love Connection. I remember being a kid. And let's say there was a guy that was a contestant, and there was 3 women that he had to choose from. And I get so mad when he didn't choose. I'm like, she's obviously way hotter than the other 2. Why did you choose that? And then they go. But according to Chuck Woolery, I think 29 marriages and like 78 kids came from Love Connection matches. Yeah, that was a good show. And it taught me a lot on how to, what to do and what not to do. Very impact. I didn't realize the impact it had, but I was like, even when I go on dates with Maya, I'm instituting things that I learned watching Love Connection. Yes, we'd like to see the dessert menu. That's a selfish thing, but I learned that. Yeah, yes. Would you like an appetizer? Be generous and gracious. And Chuck Woolery, man. Rest in peace. 83 years old. I can't believe he balked at that Wheel of Fortune money.
Yeah, that was a jump. That's a jump. I don't care how much it was, but that's a jump.
Yeah, 90%.
Yeah.
What do you think he wanted?
I don't know. But if
it was something like 550 or something.
Yeah, he
went
501.
Yeah,
501.
To be going from $65,000 in your current contract, and your boss is like, we're going to give you $500,000, and to say no to that.
I also want to know what Pat Sajak got, because he didn't start there, right?
He was a weatherman, I think.
No, I'm just saying he didn't start at 500.
Yeah, they obviously,
and then they threw Vanna in there,
yeah.
And then he worked up to $65,000.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. His agent's fault. His agent's like, you're worth $1.5 million, dude. This is a booming show. Just say no.
He would throw things at the TV whenever it came on.
I
came up with that puzzle.
I bet he never watched it the rest of his life. I wouldn't, personally. I would never be that dumb to turn down that kind of an increase. All right, when we come back, I'm really actually optimistic that there might be a peace deal between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon. We're going to go live to Jerusalem. Linda Gradstein joins us next on The Mark Arum Show.
All the notifications you need.
The story developing in Marietta.
All the local and breaking news alerts you need.
We're following breaking news in Atlanta.
All in one place.
The 95.5 WSB app.
Download it today.
Hey, friends, you looking to save on internet and mobile this holiday season? Well, good news. Xfinity having a Black Friday sale. It's Mark Aaron back with you. It's their best deals of the year. Learn how you can get your choice of a 5G phone on Xfinity. Plus, you can also get fast, reliable Xfinity internet with a line of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited for a great low price. So don't wait. Bring home a new 5G phone and get Wi-Fi speeds up to a gig on Xfinity Mobile. That's a big deal. Or should I say gig deal. Now through December 3rd, ask how to get your choice of a free 5G phone with an unlimited plus line, plus get 300 megabit Xfinity internet and unlimited mobile line together, only $35 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Go to Xfinity.com/Black Friday sale to learn more. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Equipment taxes and fees extra after promo regular rates apply. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. Gig speeds available via hotspots to Xfinity Mobile customers only. Reduced mobile speeds after use of monthly data included with your data option. Actual internet speeds and data thresholds may vary.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Scott Slade here to talk to you about your health, and I think it's real important to talk about what is most likely to kill you. Heart disease is the #1 killer of Americans, and the older we get, the more prevalent it is. But you can reduce your risk. Eat right, don't smoke, exercise, and be informed about what's going on in your own body. Like lots of potentially serious health problems, if you catch heart disease early, you vastly increase your chances of living a longer life. And that's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual imaging scans take less than 10 minutes and screen with 98% accuracy for heart disease. Other scans, including brain and full body, are available too. Virtual Imaging is locally owned and operated in Atlanta for over 15 years, so they can make you this terrific offer. A complimentary heart scan for you and your spouse with a few minimum requirements. So don't put this off. I've done it. Call Virtual Imaging today for your free heart scan. 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-7226. Or visit their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code RADIO to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code RADIO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code RADIO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
9:49 on the Mark Arum Show, checking I-85 live in detail. Here's Mike Shields.
Yeah, watch out for this inside the perimeter. Debris impacting a couple right lanes. 85 southbound just before Claremont Road, exit 91. Not worth an alternate, but it is causing some brake lights now to south of Charlotte Road. Be aware of those delays trying to get outside and inside the perimeter. We do have delays on 400 southbound south of McFarland Parkway to 12 in that work zone setting up, causing some delays as you leave Cumming, making your way into Alpharetta. I'm Mike Shields, 95.5 WSB.
Still to come, more on the Trump transition. Eric Erickson is going to join us live at 10:35, talking all things politics. Right now, though, we head to the Middle East. Linda Gradstein from CBS Radio News joins us live in Jerusalem. Linda, good morning. As always, thanks for your time.
Sure. Good morning.
I'm just watching the headlines this weekend. I'm cautiously optimistic that there actually might be a ceasefire deal shortly between Israel and Hezbollah. Am I just wearing rose-colored glasses?
No, it does seem to be moving towards that. It looks as if there's a television report that the army told Netanyahu that the time is right for a Lebanese ceasefire. Hezbollah has apparently accepted it in principle. There are still some issues to be worked out, but it seems like everybody wants this to end: Israel, Lebanon, and even Hezbollah. At the same time, there was continued fighting today, but everything that I'm hearing said it could happen even this week, and it would be a 60-day ceasefire during which negotiations would continue for a final border between Israel and Lebanon.
Now, the last couple of days, the attacks have been ratcheting up severely, which seems like a bad thing. But if you go back to the 2006 ceasefire deal, that's basically what we saw as a precursor to that too, right? A lot of action, and then they came to the deal. So maybe history repeats itself here?
Yeah, that does seem to be the case. I mean, Hezbollah wants to prove that it still has the ability to hit Israel. So we've seen, over the weekend, rocket attacks, throughout the center of Israel, Tel Aviv, all of those areas which hadn't been hit for quite some time. On Sunday, there were 250 rockets total. Nobody was killed in Israel, but there were some injuries and some property damage. And at the same time, Israel is striking deep in Beirut. There were at least 20 people killed in an Israeli strike in Beirut. They issue evacuation warnings. They tell the population to leave. But South Lebanon, Israel has done a lot of destruction. And so I think there's a sense that people on both sides of the border, on the Israeli side and on the Lebanese side, want to just be able to go back to their homes.
Yeah, for sure. Still so many people that have fled northern Israel since October 7th and what Hezbollah is doing. Linda, is it Hezbollah's call to agree for this deal, or is it ultimately Iran that has to agree to this peace deal?
Well, I think Iran has to agree. In other words, if Iran decides that it doesn't want it, then Hezbollah really is a proxy of Iran, as opposed to Hamas, which takes money from Iran and is influenced by Iran, but is not a proxy the same way that Hezbollah is. But also Iran, for its own reasons, seems to want there to be a ceasefire. Also, what Israeli military officials are saying is that they have really had a lot of success against the Hezbollah leadership. They've killed, obviously, the former head of Hezbollah, Hassan Nasrallah, but thousands of mid-level commanders and high-level commanders. And they feel that they have basically done as much as they can militarily. And Israel never intended to take over Lebanon. The idea was only to push Hezbollah north of the Litani River so that it can't continue to attack Israel.
Linda Gradstein joining us live from Jerusalem on the Mark Arum Show. You mentioned the Litani River. If this ceasefire deal is enacted, that would be, right, the neutral zone from that river to the border with Israel, where no Hezbollah fighters can get in there. Is that what's on the table?
Yes, I mean, that's basically what's called for in UN Resolution 1701, which is what ended the war in 2006. But what happened is that, the Lebanese army basically ignored Hezbollah, gradually moving south of the Litani, building bases, really taking over South Lebanon. And apparently this time what's different is that, there would be international guarantees that, the United States, France, other countries, and in addition that if the Lebanese army did not deal with Hezbollah, that Israel would have freedom of action to act against Hezbollah. So that's something that Israel's insisting on. It's not clear if it's going to be actually written in the deal or if it's going to be just sort of understood. But Israel said it can't allow a situation where Hezbollah continues to ignore the UN resolution and nobody does anything about it.
Speaking of resolutions, I don't think I've had a chance to ask you about this since it popped. The ICC and the arrest warrants for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Aside from impacting what nations the Prime Minister can travel to, is there any teeth to these arrest warrants issued?
Well, first of all, it means that, for example, he can't go to the UK or to France. He can continue to go to the United States. The United States is not a party to this statute. But I think it's more symbolic than anything else. But it is a kind of a slap in the face. People in Israel are very angry about it because they say to issue, to say that Israelis who were, defending themselves against a Hamas attack are, committing genocide. Genocide requires intent. Genocide requires an effort for ethnic cleansing. And you can certainly ask about proportionality. I mean, more than 40,000 Gazans have been killed, including both Hamas fighters and civilians. And that means that a lot of civilians have been killed. But I think to say that Israel's guilty of genocide is kind of ridiculous. And people are upset about it here. I mean, they kind of think that it means that the international community will never really understand Israel, will never give Israel the benefit of the doubt. But at this point, it seems to be basically symbolic. The question is, what will happen if Israeli soldiers who served in Gaza go on a trip and to Europe or to any of these other countries? Will they be arrested? What about arms sales from Europe? So it could potentially have implications in the future.
I think, Netanyahu certainly has his detractors in Israel. This actually might benefit him politically, where folks that might oppose what Netanyahu's doing throw their arms up at the ICC arrest warrant. This is ridiculous, and maybe the prime minister gets more support at the end of the day.
That may be true. I mean, his coalition is quite stable. And in fact, he just added another party. The guy who's now the defense minister, Gideon Sa'ar, who's now the foreign minister, Gideon Sa'ar, brought his party in. And Netanyahu's coalition is actually quite stable. Netanyahu is trying to do everything he can to remain in power. He's supposed to start giving testimony next week in a graft corruption trial. He's trying to put it off because of the war. So, and his government is supposed to serve for another 2 years, and he's going to do everything he can to make sure that that's what happens.
Linda Gradstein, CBS News in Jerusalem. Linda, hopefully the next time we talk, we'll have a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hezbollah.
I hope so, too. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Linda. Stay safe, my friend. I was about to say have a happy Thanksgiving, but that's an American holiday, right? There's no equivalent in other nations. Is there a Canadian Thanksgiving?
There is a Canadian Thanksgiving,
there is,
but
right?
It's not the same day.
Yeah, okay. All right, good stuff as always from Linda. Sabrina's got your news, weather, and traffic. When we come back, we're going to continue our coverage of the Trump transition, the latest on the nominees, the nomination process, and what will the first 100 days of Trump 2.0 look like? Correspondent John Decker joins us next on The Mark Arum Show.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
If it's the big story, it's on 2. Channel 2 Action News this morning. I'm Fred Blankenship.
And I'm Lori Wilson. Big stories are always breaking. It may start in the morning, but the impact continues all day.
We're constantly working to bring you fresh information from different perspectives.
This is Developing Live. Our reporters are working to get you all the angles right now.
When it comes to the big story, this is always the place to get ready for your day.
Join us on Channel 2 Action News this morning every day, 4:30 to 7.
If you or someone you know suffered any injuries involving a deployed airbag, you could be entitled to compensation. Morgan & Morgan has already recovered millions. Get America's largest injury law firm fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
Skip the hassle and sell your home with the strongest cash offer this fall. The Guaranteed Offer from Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. It's Eric Erickson here. There are no showings, no open houses, no costly repairs. Go to markspain.com, get a guaranteed offer on your home today, and start packing.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Hi there, good morning. It is 10 o'clock. I'm Sabrina Cupid. The holiday travel period is underway. You may have noticed the roads were less crowded this morning. Well, lots of people are traveling this week. Many are flying. And there is a strike of some airline workers nearby in North Carolina.
Private contract workers at Charlotte Douglas International Airport in North Carolina are on a one-day strike. They want better pay. The workers clean planes, restrooms, and gate areas, along with helping passengers with wheelchairs.
The wages got to be more so everybody can have what they need to survive or to live. We're surviving, but we're not living.
Most of us are homeless, are living from paycheck to paycheck, and for the jobs we do, that's not right.
The striking workers make between $12 and $19 an hour. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
All right, so what about your weather? Today, partly cloudy, warming up to a high of 72, but then there is rain in the forecast. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards will have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes. Police this morning investigating the death of a baby in Marietta. According to police, that newborn was found dead at a home on Grambling Street just after 3 yesterday afternoon. The Cobb County Medical Examiner's Office will determine the baby's cause of death. Georgia Labor Commissioner Bruce Thompson has passed away.
Before taking that office in January of 2023, Thompson served as a lawmaker in the state Senate representing the 14th District since 2013. In a post on social media, the Department of Labor Chief of Staff writes, quote, "We mourn the loss of a fighter, a leader, and a true servant of the people." Thompson announced earlier this year he had pancreatic cancer. He was 59. Michelle Wright, 95.5 WSB.
President-to-be Trump says that he is going to make all of his announcements for cabinet and administration appointments by Thanksgiving, and he has now done that. CBS News political reporter Hunter Woodall says that one thing that Mr. Trump has not done is to sign transition documents.
If you really want to have an effective administration on day one, this can be a major challenge. So the goal is here, you want to get as many people, up and ready as possible, so when Donald Trump is inaugurated, if you're a Republican, you can get things moving. That first 100 days of his administration, of the second Trump term, is going to be critical for how Trump is viewed, what he gets done, how he leads on the world stage.
And as for Trump's cabinet picks, some senators liked them while others blasted them and said that they would not be able to pass background checks. The Atlanta Hawks will remember the life and legacy of a Hall of Famer tonight.
Dikembe Mutombo passed away on September 30th after a battle with brain cancer. He played for the Hawks from 1996 to 2001 and holds the second most blocks in NBA history. To honor him, the team will wear shirts during pregame featuring his iconic "No, no, no" finger wag taunt that he would use after a block. They're also unveiling a new court decal in his honor. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
Well, Georgia is among the top states for small business friendliness, according to a new survey by Bankrate. The rankings are based on nearly 20 data points that fell into broad categories, including the strength of small business activity in a state, the cost of doing business, policy and regulation, and quality and availability of workers. Bankrate said Washington State was the most friendly state for small businesses, followed by Utah and Wyoming. At the other end, Louisiana, Mississippi, Rhode Island were ranked the least friendly states for small business. Again, Georgia coming in at number 19. Let's take a look at the markets. The Dow right now is up 426 points at 44,273. So the Dow is currently up almost a full percent. NASDAQ is up slightly, and the S&P is up almost 0.5%. It's time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Alex Williams in the WSB 24-hour traffic center. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Sabrina. Seeing a little bit of that holiday travel volume filling in on the south side, starting in Stockbridge, 75 southbound on and off the brakes from Highway 138, getting past Hudson Bridge Road. Heads up in Forsyth County, construction blocking the lane, 400 southbound between McFarland Parkway and Windward Parkway there in Alpharetta, so heads up for that. And debris mostly blown off to the side. Didn't even get any heroes out there to sweep it. The traffic did that. 85 southbound in DeKalb County between Shallowford Road and Claremont Road. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly cloudy today, warm, high 72. Watching for rain showers to arrive after midnight. Off and on rain for the morning commute, but drying out through the day, high 62. Wednesday, partly cloudy, morning low 43, afternoon high 64.
It's 56 degrees in Jefferson. Johns Creek, you have 55, and 56 in Jonesboro. We'll have more news at 10:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Welcome back to the show and a good Monday morning to you. Mark Arum here, you there. It's 10:04, 4 minutes after 10 o'clock. This is the Mark Arum Show live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to noon on 95.5 WSB. My familia is all present. Deborah Green, the executive producer of the show. Longoria, the stoic Eskimo on the other side of the takeout window. Sweet Pea Purnell screens your calls. Coming up in 30 minutes, Eric Erickson is going to join us live. 11 o'clock hour. You're going to get first crack to sign up for the limited edition annual Mark Arum Show Christmas card. So in the 11 o'clock hour, I'm going to tell you how you can secure yours. Very limited. Every year they're limited and they go quick. So that's coming up in the 11 o'clock hour. Your first chance to sign up for the annual Mark Arum Show Christmas card. Let's continue our conversation on the Trump transition. Joining us is John Decker, national correspondent. John, we're seeing more and more nominations. We're awaiting the nomination process. Can we get any indication what we've seen thus far from the election, what the first 100 days of Trump 2.0 is going to look like?
Well, the latest is that yesterday he confirmed that what he intends to do upon taking office is to declare a national emergency as it relates to illegal immigration. What he wants to do is to begin the process of mass deportations. There are at least 11 million estimated migrants living in this country illegally, entered illegally in this country, despite the fact that they did not enter in the country in a legal manner, that the future president wants to deport. And it is a massive process, as you can imagine, to deport 11 million plus people. It would cost tens of billions of dollars. And certainly, Mark, this effort would be challenged in the federal courts as to whether or not what the president intends to do, which is to deputize the National Guard, is permissible, whether it's legal, whether it's constitutional.
Interesting. You know, we spent a lot of time yesterday talking about if this goes through, the impact it'll have on our food supply. You know, so many millions of workers here illegally are picking the crops, are working in the poultry plants, et cetera, et cetera. Is the future president, is the president-elect taking any of that into consideration?
That's a very good question, and I'm glad that you brought that up because, you know, pretty much everything that you put on your dinner table on a daily basis is because of this population that you're talking about, the people that work in those meat plants, the people that pick our tomatoes and cucumbers and vegetables. Those are all likely people that are in this country illegally. So you're talking about a major labor shortage, number one, and then you're talking about an impact on the supply chain, number two. And, you know, that is something that you have to factor in when you're considering a mass deportation. Having said all of that, what the individual who has been tapped by President-elect Trump to be the border czar has said is that the priority, the focus initially would be on those individuals in the country illegally who are criminals, who committed crimes in this country or perhaps committed crimes in the country that they came from.
Correspondent John Decker joining us on the Mark Arum Show with this national emergency declaration. Constitutionally, is the president-elect within his rights to do this and implement the mass deportation?
Absolutely, yes. Just declaring a national emergency as it relates to the issue of illegal immigration, that's within the purview of the president. It depends what you do, though, with that declaration. You know, and what the president wants to do is to deputize the National Guard. That itself is going to face legal challenges because there is a prohibition in this country in terms of active duty military being used for domestic affairs. And the question is, you know, how would the courts view the National Guard? They're not active duty, we know that, but would they fall under the law that prohibits the use of the military for use in domestic affairs? That is the big question. And because that there will be a legal challenge to this, it may delay the president's efforts as it relates to that mass deportation program.
John, looking forward to the second administration when he does start the mass deportations, do you see political pushback from Democrats? Is this a hill they want to die on?
Well, you know, look, I think if the focus is indeed what Tom Homan, who the border czar, has said, which is migrants who are in this country illegally who are also criminals, you know, good luck making that argument if you're against that idea. I think that everybody in this country would be for essentially deporting people that could be a threat to communities all across the country. It's when you get into the idea of deporting, you know, and breaking up families, that's when the pushback, you know, I think has some resonance in this country. But, you know, we're not there at that point quite yet. Let's see how this process plays itself out, because a lot of it has not been officially declared how Donald Trump would go about this mass deportation program.
Certainly something worth monitoring. John Decker, as always, appreciate your time, sir.
Thanks a lot, Mark.
We'll continue our coverage throughout the day on the Trump transition, what that first 100 days will look like moving forward. Again, John Decker there with the very latest. I do want to update this one international story involving the Russia-Ukraine war. This fascinates me. I'll explain after a second. Charles Ledesma reports on Russian media saying a UK national, someone from the United Kingdom, has been arrested while fighting for Ukraine.
Russia's state news agency TASS says a British national, James Scott Rice Anderson, has been captured while fighting alongside Ukrainian troops in the Kursk region of Russia, which is partially occupied by Ukrainian forces. TASS quotes him as saying he had served as a signalman in the British Army for 4 years and then joined the International Legion of Ukraine. Anderson reportedly served as an instructor for Ukrainian troops and was deployed to the Kursk region against his will. The report can't at this point be independently verified. If confirmed, it would be the first publicly known case of a Western national captured on Russian soil while fighting for Ukraine. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
It's pretty remarkable that someone from a non-Ukrainian citizen would join the army. I know there are commandos out there that have done that from the United States as well, but this guy was arrested on Russian soil. It reminds me of the commandos in Lioness. Deborah?
Such a good show.
Have you been on that, Longoria? Paramount?
Right? Oh, it's so good.
Dude.
Don't watch it with the kids.
Yeah, don't watch it with the kids.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But part of the thing, it's like a CIA, what's her name? The star. She's been on the show before.
Zoe Saldana.
Zoe Saldana is heads up the CIA hit force.
I'll get on it this week.
Oh my goodness. New episode tonight. Anyway, it reminds me of that, like the special forces that she brings in, the gray. There's not black and white. There's gray, like former ex-military folks. So you've got people like that served in the military in the United Kingdom. He's like, I want more. I'm going to Ukraine. On the other side of the coin, you have people that will do anything to get out of military service, claiming bone spurs, claiming whatever. I have vertigo. This is a new one, though. What country is this? This
is from South Korea.
South Korea, not North Korea, South Korea.
Okay, now where do you want to go to?
Well, I want to go to both. What did this South Korean man do to avoid being drafted or serving the military?
Okay,
Deborah?
well, you have required service in South Korea, meaning you have to do a couple of years.
Conscription.
Yeah, no matter who you are. So he obviously did not want to go, and if you don't pass some medical tests, I guess they don't make you serve. So this man decided he was going to overeat until he got so overweight that he would not pass the test and they wouldn't force him to serve.
He binged ate so he'd become obese. So when he went for his physical for the South Korean mandatory military service, they're like, sorry, Tubbs.
Yeah. Hats off to him.
That's, it's thinking outside the box.
It is.
It's kind of dastardly.
He did get busted and they put him in prison for 6 months.
Oh, all right.
Where he
How could they prove that he overate?
Apparently, like one of
Did
his...
he write it down?
No, someone else knew that he was going to do this. And he's like, I was joking when I told you to do that. Like, you won't pass the test if you're overweight. And the guy's like, oh, yeah, good idea. So he blamed it on the other guy saying, he told me to do it.
Wow.
And the other guy's like, I didn't say anything. So they arrested the guy. They put him in prison for 6 months where he'll probably lose all the weight and then be forced to serve.
Wow. I envision him doing like a TikTok series. Hey, this is Hyung Soo. Watch me in my weight gain journey so I can get out of the military.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to the buffet again. Hey. That's crazy. All right, thank you, Deborah. Quick break. When we come back, Thanksgiving holiday travel season has begun. Tips from the expert. And Deborah's going to refresh your memory on etiquette when it comes to Thanksgiving travel. Eric Erickson at 10:35, 11 o'clock hour, your chance to sign up for the exclusive yearly Mark Arum Show Christmas card. That's still to come on the Mark Arum Show.
Turkey, stuffing, and $100?
Now that's a happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving Day is Turkey Day payday.
Listen every hour between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. for the keyword.
You could win a $100 gift card to Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
And you'll have the entire hour to enter the keyword
On the WSB app.
or WSBRadio.com.
From the station that's thankful for you.
95.5 WSB. Details at WSBRadio.com.
Post Malone presents the Big Ass Stadium Tour. 9-time Diamond certified and 16-time Grammy Award nominated phenomenon, Post Malone. His biggest headline tour, live at Mercedes-Benz Stadium May 11th. Global superstar, Post Malone, with Jelly Roll and special guest Sierra Farrell. Pre-sale for Citi Card members is available now at LiveNation.com.
Is shopping for health coverage confusing? Georgia's got you covered. Georgia Access is our state's program for all residents to find quality, affordable health insurance. At georgiaaccess.gov, you can explore a variety of plan options. You may even qualify for no-cost coverage. Open enrollment is happening now. Visit georgiaaccess.gov today. Georgia Access. Health insurance. The Georgia way.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
When is the last time you paid less but got more in return? It happens every day if you or a loved one has Medicare Advantage. $0 copays and an average of $2,500 less out of pocket annually, but more benefits like dental, hearing, and vision. More prevention and screenings to keep people healthy. More care for less money. No wonder 33 million seniors choose Medicare Advantage. Visit MedicareAdvantageMajority.org to learn more. Paid for by Medicare Advantage Majority.
Norwegian Cruise Line's Black Friday preview sale is finally here. Enjoy huge savings with 50% off all cruises and NCL's all-new More at Sea package, including unlimited open bar, specialty dining, and more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line ships registry the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, over 3 million people called Morgan & Morgan in their time of need. And with over 1 million of those calls coming from previous clients, friends, and family.
My name is Jason Williams. It was a rainy day, and I got hit from behind by a lady that was doing somewhere over 100 miles an hour is what they were saying. I've never dealt with anything like this before. Everybody that I talked to kept saying the same name, which was Morgan & Morgan. I was on hold for maybe 15 seconds. When they come back and said, Jason, we will absolutely take your case. As a non-tech savvy guy, any question that I had, if I called, text, or emailed, they got right back to me. They made it as easy for me as it could have been.
Thank you for trusting us. We've become the largest injury firm in the world because we've won a lot. The word is out. Size matters. Reputation matters. We're America's largest injury law firm for a reason. With over 900 dedicated attorneys and climbing, we're ready wherever you are, whatever you need. The choice is easy. We're just a phone call away. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell. I've trusted America's Best Choice for window replacement for more than a decade. I've watched this company expand to include many different services, but all done with the same high standards they've had from the very first day we met. They've earned my certification for not only replacement windows, but for siding, decks, awnings, and fencing, all done with honest, upfront pricing. Plus, ABC's 3-way warranty includes my $10,000 Make It Right guarantee, meaning you'll never risk your spend with America's Best Choice.
Transform your home with America's Best Choice, where quality meets affordability. For a limited time, get the best quality windows starting at just $299. Plus, act now and save 10% on all new decks. Imagine the possibilities with our highly skilled professional crews. And that's not all. Enjoy great pricing on siding, roofing, fencing, motorized awnings, and more. Don't wait. Go to abcwin.com and schedule your free consultation. America's Best Choice. Quality you can trust, prices you can afford.
10:19 on the Mark Arum Show. Checking delays on the south side of town. Live with the latest, Alex Williams.
Yeah, going to be a lot of that holiday travel throughout the week, Mark. We're already starting to see the volume fill in through Stockbridge. 75 southbound brake lights find you right around Highway 138, and that is due to right where I-675 ramps into 75 south, just south of there. You're going to brake free around Hudson Bridge, but expect throughout the day the volume to increase in both directions on the south side as well as on I-85 around the airport. Crash moved all to the right, 285 northbound, the inner loop at I-20 in Fulton County. Traffic brought to you by PureTalk.com. Stop overpaying for your cell phone plan. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month on their 5G network. Dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
All right, Alex reporting on Thanksgiving travel delays already on the south side. Reminder, AAA says tomorrow between 1 and 7 p.m., Tuesday, 1 and 7 p.m. will be the worst time to be on the roads for holiday travel, Thanksgiving travel. The Triple Team Traffic Center will have you covered. Airborne updates tomorrow afternoon as we get you to Grandma's house with the fewest amount of distractions and delays. I saved a bunch of time this morning. Got up this morning, put the WSB radio app on as I was showering, and Ashley Frasca said, hey, there's a crash 85 south of 400. So I was like, went the back roads, came. So the traffic team's the gift that keeps on giving, like the Jelly of the Month Club. All right, in depth now on Thanksgiving travel. More than 31 million people expected to fly somewhere for Thanksgiving. Stacey Lynn from CBS has more.
Flying to Grandma's house, and you need to know if you can bring your part of the feast on board that plane.
I want to bring stuffing. I'd like to bring a pie.
TSA Administrator David Pekoski says,
if you have a question and you have the ability to text us, just text Ask TSA.
He says you should receive a response really fast. And if you don't want to text, no problem.
Visit our website, tsa.gov.
And then just click on What Can I Bring?
And it'll step you through all the things that you can and cannot bring to a checkpoint with the search feature.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
Who the hell's bringing stuffing on a plane?
And not eating it, too, right?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
I don't get it either. Your stuffing's that good that you
right. You got to travel on a plane with it.
I'm taking my stuffing to Topeka. I got to do it.
Even if it's like a short flight, like an hour flight or something, by the time you get through, it's like 4 hours later, right?
Yeah, I don't understand that. I'm a minimalist when it comes to, I don't want to get stopped by TSA. What is that, a gravy boat in your pants? What do you got there, buddy? Yeah, so just go to the website if you want. Text them if you want. Hey, TSA, can I bring a can of cranberry sauce? I don't know. I just don't.
There's no stores where you're going? Like you can't just make it when you get there?
It might be closed on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I don't know. I understand that. All right, refresh our memory, Deborah, on travel etiquette as folks might be traveling for the first time since before the pandemic. We're back to traveling. What are some of the do's and don'ts when it comes to traveling etiquette?
Well, this comes from a flight attendant, too. So somebody's been on many, many flights and seen many, many people do all kinds of crazy things. And there's 5 things that she wishes people would just stop doing when they're on flights.
Okay.
One of them is getting out of your seat to do yoga. You ever see people? Have you ever seen people like just stretching or whatever? Not maybe like walking up and down to stretch their legs, but literally getting up and trying to do like these full body stretches.
Never. I've never once seen. I certainly have never done that. I get it to stretch your legs, but to do yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's
especially on the floor of an airplane.
Yeah.
Right?
Kind of gross.
Mm-hmm. Another thing is stop putting the trash on the beverage cart and the snack cart. Like they'll come around later with a trash bag.
Yes.
Don't just throw your trash at them when they're trying to give out snacks to other people.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I've never seen that either.
Yeah.
If someone's coming by with the Biscoff cookies and they'll take the old wrapper and just leave it there because it's going by.
Oh, yeah. That's rude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's what they're saying. Don't
Collect
do
all
that.
your trash during the flight and then they come by.
That's what they're saying. Just don't hand it to them because they're right there. Just wait till they come by.
You got the portable waste paper basket right in front of you, that little pull-out thing next to the
portable.
Or you just put it in the
where they have the magazines. I don't have my trash in there.
Yeah, or you just put it in the puke bag. Use that as
that makes more sense.
Yeah, put the trash in the puke bag. All right.
Stop being mean to the attendants themselves. They're probably not the cause of the problem. They're not the reason the flight is late. They're not the reason there's no more space in the overhead. They're not the reason the guy's manspreading next to you. It's not their fault. So stop being mean to the attendants.
And to be fair, I shouldn't be saying this, but flight attendants have the power to give you a lot of free stuff.
Yes.
A lot of free stuff.
Free drinks, free upgrades.
Yes, exactly.
Be nice to them.
Be super nice to the flight attendants.
You could tip them. Have you tipped them?
I've tried. They won't
do it, right?
No, they
yeah.
won't. Back in the day, they used to, but they won't now anymore. I'll just be like, what's your Venmo? What's your vent? Anyway.
Another one is please don't clip your nails, particularly your toenails in public. That's so gross. And then, of course, a lot of people don't clean them up, so there's just fingernails and toenails around. And then their biggest one is don't wait to use the bathroom the minute the seatbelt sign comes on. You know, like a lot of people will wait to that very last second and then decide they have to use the bathroom. And so the attendant will be like, hey, take your seat. We have to use the bathroom.
What's the rule on bathrooms on airplanes? Like,
you would know way better than us.
No, I try not to. I went 100 flights without going to the bathroom. If you're in coach, are you allowed to use the bathroom up front and vice versa?
Well, I don't travel on a plane that has first class, so I would not even.
I imagine if you're first class, you can do anything, right? Like if you want to go to the back and use the back, you can.
Yeah.
I don't think they let the coach people up front unless it's maybe some type of an emergency, like something's going on in the back.
Who's going to stop them, though?
The attendants are there, right? They close the little curtain.
Yeah, we can't
don't
see
come up here.
I don't even think they have the curtains anymore.
Are the curtains gone?
I never look behind me to see if they're
See?
But they should be. Everyone should be allowed. It should be a free for all when it comes to bat. Like, the one in the back's occupied. I got to use the one in the front, or vice versa.
No, they make those people in the back wait for the
Really?
back.
Yeah.
That's
They're not letting y'all letting us use the first class
You think
bathroom.
the first class people want to share with the coach? They don't even want to sit next to them, heaven forbid, share a bathroom with them.
I would have no problem.
Now, is the restroom bigger up in the front for first class?
No, it's the same.
It's the same size?
Yeah, but they have little chocolate mints
on the pillow.
Yeah, I listen. We're a democracy. I think Longoria sitting in 45F should be able to walk his butt up to first class, pass by me, and relieve himself. All right, thanks for the refresher. Don't cut your toenails either, or any nails, or nose hair. Or ear hair, eyebrow
does that
hair.
on a plane?
Yeah, that's just gross. Thank you, Deborah. All right, quick break. When we come back, Eric Erickson's going to join us live, going to pick his brain about the latest on the Trump transition. Social medias are active at Mark Arum and at WSB Radio.
MSC Cruises Black Friday preview sale is here. For a limited time, book now with up to 35% off cruises, drinks and Wi-Fi included, plus up to $400 onboard credit. Sail to the turquoise waters of the Bahamas with stops at Ocean Key, MSC's private island marine reserve, or experience the beauty of the Caribbean and more destinations. MSC Cruises, for a greater beauty. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
November 29th is Blue Box Friday at D. Geller & Son Jewelers. It's our best sale of the year. Every beautiful piece of jewelry in a blue box is 20% off. Buy 2 pieces and get 40% off both. Buy 3 or more, get 60% off everything. You'll find everything from classic diamond hoops to unique gemstone necklaces to diamond wedding bands. D. Geller & Son has been Atlanta's holiday tradition since 1939. This Blue Box Friday, let us show you why with incredible jewelry at unbeatable prices in Atlanta, Kennesaw, and Sandy Springs. Learn more at dgeller.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Skip the hassle and sell your home with the strongest cash offer this fall. The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. There are no showings, no open houses, and no costly repairs. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Nothing says welcome home like insanely clean carpets from Zero-Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. For a limited time, get 3 rooms clean for just $139. Easily schedule your cleaning online at ZeroResAtlanta.com. Zero-Res, it's the right way to clean.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It is 10:30. Good morning. I'm Sabrina Cupid. Enjoy today because rain is on the way, says WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Watching for 2 rounds of rain showers in metro Atlanta this week. The first round arrives early Tuesday morning as a cold front ushers light rain showers into the region. Expect rain to move through between 3 a.m. and 8 a.m.
And she says the second round of rain will arrive late Wednesday night with the heaviest rain happening around midnight. And then the rain does move out just in time for your Thanksgiving dinner. Right now on Peachtree Street, we have 58 degrees under sunny skies. Well, as the holiday travel is in full swing this week, private contract workers at Charlotte Douglas International Airport in North Carolina, well, they've walking the picket lines this morning in a one-day work action. They're striking for better pay. The workers, including this woman, they clean the planes, the restrooms, and gate areas, along with helping passengers with wheelchairs.
Most of us are homeless, are living from paycheck to paycheck, and for the jobs we do, that's not right.
The striking workers make between $12 and $19 an hour. The Menendez brothers could find out if they're closer to being freed. Eric and Lyle Menendez, who are serving life sentences without parole for the 1989 murders of their parents, will appear virtually in court today. CBS News correspondent Elise Preston is following that story.
Eric and Lyle Menendez rose to infamy following the gruesome 1989 murders of their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez, at the family's Beverly Hills mansion. Following a 1994 mistrial, the pair was convicted in 1996 after a short second trial where the judge wouldn't allow the jury to hear the defense's claim that the brothers acted in self-defense after suffering years of abuse. They were sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. But now, after more than 30 years behind bars, they could soon be free.
And the brothers will be in court this afternoon around 1:30 our time. Check back for updates. The Georgia Bulldogs have clinched a spot in the SEC championship game. Fans wanting to see it in person will have to spend a lot of money to do it.
The Bulldogs will face the winner of this week's Texas A&M matchup, but Coach Kirby Smart won't look that far ahead. He's more concerned about Friday in Athens.
Yeah, I'm worried about Georgia Tech, man. That's all I'm thinking about. I could care less about anybody else.
But for fans making plans, upper-level seats start at almost $300, and lower-level seats at midfield will cost at least $1,250. The title game is December 7th at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
And while we're talking about money, when it comes to holiday spending, Scott Carr reports this morning that millennials plan on spending the most.
63% of millennials said they plan to spend the same or more on their holiday shopping than they did last year. The National Retail Federation says between November 1st and December 3rd, holiday spending is expected to jump to a record $989 billion.
And overall, shoppers are expected to spend about 8% more than they did last year. As we take a look at the markets, the Dow right now currently up 483 points at 44,780, so the Dow's up more than a full percent. NASDAQ's up almost 0.5%. The S&P's up more than 0.5% here at 1033. That means it's time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Alex Williams in the WSB 24-hour traffic center. He has a look at the roads.
And Sabrina, right now, just watching a little bit of volume on the south side, holiday related. 75 southbound, a little sluggish from Highway 138 in Stockbridge, getting past Hudson Bridge Road. Heads up out of Decula. Construction reported in the right lane. 316 westbound approaching Cedars Road. You're seeing delays back toward Winder Highway. Just stick with that. Shouldn't take you too long to get through it. In downtown, a few brake lights. 75-85 northbound leaving I-20. But you break free as you approach Peachtree Pine Street, heading up past the Varsity and into Midtown. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. A mix of sun and clouds today, high 72. Rain showers arrive after midnight with lows in the mid-50s. The morning rain tapers off. Afternoon sunshine, staying cool, high 62. Dry on Wednesday, partly cloudy, morning low 43. Afternoon high 64.
It's 56 degrees in Alpharetta. Fairburn, you have 59, 58 right now in Lilburn. We'll have more news at 11 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Eric Erickson.
One of the biggest complaints I get,
The opinions expressed
why haven't you talked about such and such story?
are his.
You weren't here to listen
And
to.
that's what makes you listen.
Dad, your friends are so much cooler than you.
Eric Erickson.
Today, starting at noon.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Hey, I'm Eric's friend. Does that mean I'm cooler than him? We'll find out in 2 minutes. He joins us live to talk Trump transition. That's next on the Mark Arum Show.
Lovebirds, you're in for a treat. With your holiday proposal just around the corner, Shane Company is here to help you create your dream engagement ring. This is your moment. Let's make it magical. Through 4 generations as a family business, we've helped tons of couples find a beautiful engagement ring for a price that works with their budget. We've always sourced diamonds directly, cut out the middleman, and passed the savings on to you. At Shane Company, we have the widest selection of ring settings and center stones, in stock and ready to compare side by side. It's so easy. Choose a look that brings your vision to life. From classic styles to modern designs, we have them all. Then pick out a natural or lab-grown diamond, a sapphire in your favorite color, or a vibrant gemstone like ruby or amethyst. With our everyday competitive prices and free lifetime warranty, your forever after is safe with us. Visit shaneco.com and come see us in store. We've got your dream ring and fine jewelry gifts for everyone on your list. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
You wouldn't know it, but most financial advisors are put in a box. I'm Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I want to provide you a little insight about financial advisors. Most financial advisors have to sell what their company requires them to sell, and many advisors have to only adhere to what's called a suitability standard. A suitability standard is a limited standard of care, not requiring what's sold to be best, just suitable. Advisors with this loose standard often have limited investment and product selection. Trajan Wealth is held to a fiduciary standard, which is the highest standard of care in the advisory business. And that's just one of the many reasons we have billions of dollars under our care and attract clients from other advisors. Raise your standards today and call Trajan Wealth. Call 678-888-3300. That's 678-888-3300.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
10:36. Welcome back. Mark Arum and crew with you till noon. 15 minutes from now, we're going to talk to Christine Aquino from Bloomberg News. Continuing our coverage of the Trump transition, his pick to head the Treasury. Joining us live, you hear him every Monday through Friday, noon to 3 here on WSB, our old friend Eric Erickson. Eric, good morning. Happy early Thanksgiving, my friend.
Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Got to talk Matt Gaetz. We haven't talked since he withdrew his nomination. Reading an article today, I don't know how much credence you can put in there, that he's hinting at a run as Florida's governor. What is Gaetz' future moving forward?
Yeah, look, he has wanted to run for governor of Florida for some time, and some people were hoping if he got into the Trump administration as AG, he would give that up. But now he's not going to be in the Trump White House, so he's going to go full steam ahead with this. I don't know that he can do it. He's got a lot of baggage. Here's the thing. He could have said, you know what, I'm going to go back to Congress. He was just reelected. His resignation technically was about his current term, not his future term. He could have done it. But had he done it, that House Ethics Committee investigation would have come back up. And that suggests there's a there with the House Ethics Committee investigation. So he apparently wants to go spend more time hanging out with the kids at Hot Topic.
Yeah, right. After he withdrew, all the people on social media go, well, obviously DeSantis is going to have him fill the Rubio Senate seat.
No.
And I said, well, not if Ron DeSantis wants to have a political future, which I think he does, right? I think he still has ambitions at the Oval Office someday.
He does, and I don't know that he will ever have a path to get there, but he certainly is not on Team Trump, and he's got no loyalty issue with him. And Matt Gaetz and Ron DeSantis didn't exactly get along even when they were in Congress. So, yeah, I see no reason for him to appoint Gaetz, or Laura Trump for that matter.
Well, I thought, I said this the other day on the show, if Trump didn't run for election again, we're talking about the DeSantis transition team. I fully believe that he would have been the top of the ticket if Trump didn't run again, and he would have won.
Yeah, I think he would have been able to go the distance had Trump not been the nominee. DeSantis came very close.
Meanwhile, Deborah sent me a story. Gaetz is now on Cameo. If you want to spend $500,
yes,
he can wish your wife a happy birthday. All right, so we got it. We cleared the deck of him, Now, if this was 3D chess and he was going to be cannon fodder for future nominees, they would have had to have gotten to the Senate floor where the Dems could burn their vote and Republicans can burn their no vote on him. But that never happened. So the powder's still dry for Democrats and reluctant Republicans on Gabbard, Hegseth, RFK Jr. et al. Of those three names, who is least likely to get confirmed, do you think?
My sense is probably Robert Kennedy Jr. There are enough Republicans who don't like him, and the Democrats really feel betrayed by him being a Kennedy. Hegseth is the other problematic one, although if he needs to have an opportunity to explain that police report from 2017. But if you actually look at the police report and the fact pattern, there doesn't seem to be a there unless we're going to go the believe all victims, except he was drunk, she was sober, she took 4 days to file the police report, she was in the hotel with her husband and kids, and then decided not to pursue charges, and everything was covered up until now. That doesn't seem like what is being made of it is actually there. He's going to have to defend not disclosing it to the Trump team, though, which is problematic. He'll get his day. My suspicion is the votes are there for him.
Interesting. Now, that was a question I had, was the vetting process. Does that, and I was reluctant to put it on President-elect Trump's shoulders. Is that a Susie Wiles thing that should have done the vetting on all of these nominees?
No, in fact, the Trump team has decided to bypass the traditional vetting process, and so they're bound to run into these sorts of problems. Wiles, by multiple reports, has on more than one pick been cut out of the process and is frustrated by it. How this shapes up, we'll see. He's got some interesting picks, like, for example, his Treasury Secretary worked for George Soros, although I think more can be made of that than is there. And then his Labor Secretary is being cheered on by teachers union. She's for illegal immigrant amnesty and against school choice, and a lot of Republicans are scratching their heads on that one. She's got Democratic votes to get confirmed. She'll actually get more Democrats than Republicans to vote for her.
Eric Erickson joining us live on the Mark Arum Show. Former Georgia Senator Kelly Loeffler, what's her role in Trump 2.0?
You know, so in fact, I talked about this on Friday. The Washington Post and then Wall Street Journal and others reported she would be the ag secretary, and then suddenly it was announced it would be Brooke Rollins, who's actually a friend of mine from Texas. But what I'm told is that when they started running the numbers on Loeffler, there would be so many conflicts of interest because she and her husband's ownership in the New York Stock Exchange, and the ag department handles commodity trading, of which they have a role. So there would be too many conflicts of interest. I would like to see her in the cabinet. I think she's definitely earned it, but we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I was confused because on Friday we saw, all right, ag, and then over the weekend I'm like, oh, that's not Kelly's Loeffler name I see on the graphic on Fox News right now. So I was wondering what happened with her. Moving forward, obviously Elon Musk, a big influence on the election of President-elect Trump, right? Monetarily, social media-wise, and he's going to head up with Vivek, the DOGE. There's been rumblings in Trump camp that there's been conversations with Elon saying, hey, you can't outshine numero uno. Like, pump the brakes a little bit because Donald Trump has to be the star in this administration. Any validity to that, do you think?
I wouldn't be surprised, although a lot of these rumors come up from not very well-sourced people. They just read the tea leaves, but it still wouldn't surprise me. Elon Musk is out there, and Donald Trump wants to be the star of his administration.
Condolences. I saw you tweeted about this. I didn't know him. Bruce Thompson's passed away.
Yes.
A big figure here in Georgia. Tell the folks what Bruce Thompson meant to you and the state.
You know, Bruce Thompson was a state senator for a long time, ran for labor commissioner against another a Republican incumbent, won in the primary, and became labor commissioner. And the guy was just salt of the earth. I went to his house more than once for a party he would put together every year where he would bring together every pastor, rabbi, priest, you name it, every religious leader in his community, and bring in the school board and say, guys, you got a lot of elderly people in your congregations, and our school system needs volunteers. And his county had a higher participation rate of volunteers from churches in their school district than any other county in the state because of the work Bruce did. He cared greatly about bringing people together. He didn't care what you believed. Just if you were committed to your community, come help. He was just a wonderful guy.
Passing of a great Georgian indeed. All right, Eric, what's coming up on the show today, my friend?
You know, I want to start. I don't know if you saw this, Mark. There was a column in the AJC this weekend of a journalist saying, I'm fleeing the country. We have arrived at Hitler's Germany, and I've got to leave while Donald Trump is here. And this is becoming a trend among progressives. They're really doing it this time, and I want to talk about it.
Interesting. I saw, is Ellen DeGeneres and her wife leaving?
Yes, they
gone.
fled as well. They've moved to England.
Oh, jolly old. All right.
Yep.
Interesting. All right. I listen on my way home every day, Eric. Can't wait to listen to you noon to 3 here on WSB. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family,
You too.
my friend. There you
Enjoy
go.
the turkey.
There you go. Oh, the turkey, the stuffing, the mashed potatoes, and ooh, the gravy. Ooh, the gravy. Good stuff. Eric Erickson, nationally syndicated, but he calls WSB Radio home. All right, quick break. When we come back, Christina Kino from Bloomberg News going to go in depth on the Trump transition. The who's picked to head the Treasury. That's next on the Mark Arum Show.
It's 3 o'clock. Want another Zoom call?
I know for a fact.
Or Eric Von Hessler.
This is what's going on.
Now you can start listening to the Von Hessler Doctrine at work.
Board eligible to become a certified pundit.
And continue on your drive home.
But not quite a certified pundit yet.
EVH, today.
Now starting at 3.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
November 29th is Blue Box Friday at D. Geller & Son Jewelers. It's our best sale of the year. Every beautiful piece of jewelry in a blue box is 20% off. Buy 2 pieces and get 40% off both. Buy 3 or more, get 60% off everything. You'll find everything from classic diamond hoops to unique gemstone necklaces to diamond wedding bands. D. Geller & Son has been Atlanta's holiday tradition since 1939. This Blue Box Friday, let us show you why with incredible jewelry at unbeatable prices in Atlanta, Kennesaw, and Sandy Springs. Learn more at dgeller.com.
I'm John Morgan. When you call Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, your very own army springs into action immediately, 24/7. Our investigators, legal staff, and over 900 lawyers work together to fight to get you the best result as quickly and easily as possible. Insurance companies know who we are, and now you know it too. This firm was built for greatness. This firm was built for you. Injured? Call your army. We're ready to roll. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Make the most of your holidays with the Kroger app. You can enjoy over $600 in digital coupons every week. Get access to low prices and earn fuel points to save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. The Kroger app makes it easy to save this holiday season. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or Canada Dry. Select varieties or buy 2, get 3 free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Squirrels in your attic are not leaving without a fight. Scott Slade here. You need the Breda Wildlife Guarantee. It covers every entry point, old and new. Other companies only guarantee the entry point they seal. So each time that squirrel chews a new hole, and they will, it'll cost you hundreds more. But under the Breda Wildlife Guarantee, you stay protected at no additional cost.
Breda, Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Attention taxpayers. If you or your business owe the IRS back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, the IRS has green-lighted billions of dollars in tax relief to those facing financial hardship through its tax relief initiatives. If you have a delinquent tax problem and possibly facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or already in a payment plan, you may now qualify for significant relief. Qualifying and enrolling in this program could stop all collections, settle your tax problem, and may even reduce what you owe by up to 99%. Call the hotline at Tax Help USA to see if you qualify by dialing 800-364-4142. If you or your business owe at least $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS or state, you can now get the help that you need during these hard economic times. Call Tax Help USA to get your free tax assessment to see what you qualify for by dialing 800-364-4142. 800-364-4142. That's 800-364-4142.
I've been forecasting sunshine for you for 40 years. Hi, it's meteorologist Glenn Burns, and now I'm excited with the sunshine inside my home. It's bigger and brighter thanks to my Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows from North Georgia Replacement Windows. They're not big and bulky like vinyl composite windows. Fiberglass is stronger with narrower frames that brighten your home with more daylight and bigger views.
Infinity from Marvin Replacement Windows, yeah!
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
10:50 on the Mark Arum Show. New trouble I-75 up Marietta Way. Live with the latest, Alex Williams.
Yeah, just found a new crash on the jam cam. Looks to be in the left lane, 75 southbound, South Marietta Parkway. Exit number 263. Brake lights starting to fill in behind that. If you're traveling 285, seeing some volume on the east side, 285 northbound, the outer loop, leaving Highway 29 up towards Chamblee-Tucker. And construction in Buckhead Midtown area, Peachtree Street southbound, just south of Collier Road. That's in the right lane. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I've heard good things about him. I haven't made a decision. I lean towards being supportive.
Kentucky Senator Rand Paul on CBS's Face the Nation on whether he supports President-elect Trump's nomination of Scott Bessent as Treasury Secretary. We continue our team coverage of the Trump transition. Joining us from Bloomberg News, it's Christine Aquino. Christine, good morning. Thanks for your time.
Thank you for having me.
What do we need to know about the nomination for the Treasury Secretary?
Well, you know, the nomination, obviously, it's Scott Bessent, and he is a known figure in Wall Street, and that's something that markets are cheering today. We're seeing widespread gains in equity markets here in the U.S., and then, of course, in the bond markets as well, because he is also known as a fiscal hawk. The only thing that's really losing today is the dollar, because, you know, that tends to fall when markets and investors are feeling a little bit more confident, and that's what we're seeing today.
So this Bessent bounce that we're seeing today, is this a one-day thing and markets will settle as the weeks go forward, or is Wall Street really psyched about this pick?
Yeah, I mean, I think it really is the latter. There's a lot of optimism regarding his appointment because, again, he's kind of a known figure among Wall Street types. And, you know, we do have a good sense of what he is in favor of. We know that he's a fiscal hawk. And even though President-elect Trump is very much in favor of those tariffs and those tax cuts, I think the impression among investors, at least, is that Bessent will be carrying those policies out, but on a more prudent timescale. And so it's not going to be immediate, and that's something that's really calming investors. And, you know, I think especially for stock markets, you know, this is kind of just another catalyst to add to the list of positive factors that will drive a market higher into the year end. There's always the Santa rally that's coming out towards the end of the year, and into December we tend to do see stocks rising toward this time of the year, and this is just another reason for them to celebrate and take those gains into year end.
If I'm reading you correctly, Kristen, this is more of a traditional cabinet pick as opposed to some of the kind of off-the-wall picks the president-elect has thrown at us.
Yeah, that's right, Mark. I think there is a lot of reassurance for investors because, again, you know, he is a known entity both in Wall Street and even outside of Wall Street. I think there is respect for kind of his approach to things. It is perceived as a more prudent, a more kind of measured approach to carrying out President-elect Trump's policies. And so, yeah, you know, for government agencies, there's always the goal of not surprising markets, especially for a position as important as Treasury Treasury Secretary. And the fact that we did get Bessent, we've already gotten a sense that he was one of the front runners for this position over the last few weeks. And so now that we have confirmation of that, I think there is quite the relief that we're seeing among investors today.
Christine Aquino from Bloomberg News joining us live on the Mark Arum Show. Correct me if I'm wrong, but will there be any hesitation for confirmation of this, or is this a position that doesn't need Senate confirmation?
I mean, I think there's still a conversation to be had around the confirmation process, but again, because of it is he's quite a kind of a centrist sort of appointment. I think there's a lot of confidence, at least among investors, that confirmation will sail through.
Final question. If I could just follow up something you said earlier. Obviously Wall Street is rallying around this nomination, but you mentioned the dollar is fading. Can you just go a little further in depth on that? Why the dollar is falling a little bit?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the dollar usually, in times of kind of heightened risk aversion, when people are feeling a little bit more uncertain, they do tend to buy it because it is one asset that's considered a haven, and, it is the world's reserve currency, it's the most liquid currency, and so when there are times of trouble and investors feeling a little bit more unsure, they tend to buy the dollar. Now, the opposite tends to happen when there's more kind of appetite for risk in markets, right? Because they're not hoarding cash in the form of the U.S. dollar. They're buying other things. They're buying stocks. They're buying credit. And so that's kind of what we're seeing right now is kind of a move away from the U.S. dollar in terms of its position as a haven and a move towards what we would call riskier assets such as stocks today.
Christine Aquino, Bloomberg News. Christine, where can we find you on social media? Are you active?
Yes, I am. I am on @ChrisAQNews on X.
There you go. Christina Aquino, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate the insight. She says, you're welcome, Mark Arum. That's interesting. All right, so Scott Bessent, the nominee. I would imagine he comes from a highfalutin background. Yale grad. As Eric mentioned, he was a partner at the Soros Fund Management earlier on. I would imagine he is probably, at least not in the last 20 years, experienced the McRib funk. The McRib funk, as Johnny Kilbasi would say. I'm an occasional dabbler in the McRib. When it comes out, I'll have one just to evoke the memories. But I'm not so much of a fan that I would buy this. Starting today, fans of the McRib can buy a jug of the sauce used on the famous sandwich.
Can you really live with knowing you never tasted McRib sauce?
Now you have no excuse. The Golden Arches will start selling a whole lot of McRib sauce jugs online. The jugs will cost about $20. It's the first time ever McDonald's is offering the sauce for sale. The release is to mark the return of the popular limited time menu item on December 3rd. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm Michael Kastner.
I can't imagine anyone's. I mean, you have to be the biggest fan of the McRib.
Is it not barbecue sauce?
It's not. I would, if I called it barbecue sauce, there'd be pitchforks.
Yes.
Outside the building.
I've never had one, so I don't know.
Yeah, if you are a barbecue purist, no, it's not a barbecue. It's McDonald's, man. It's McDonald's. It's
so I shouldn't get you one for your upcoming
birthday.
No,
I'll have one McRib a year just to relive the childhood memory. But to call the McRib sauce a barbecue sauce is an insult to barbecue sauces everywhere. I can't imagine that's going to be a jug. Hey, Maya, Merry Christmas. I got
like
you
a milk jug?
A jug of McRib sauce. Anyway, Sabrina's got your news, weather, and traffic. When we come back, going to head down Mar-a-Lago, continue to update the Trump transition with Elena Treen from CNN, and your chance to sign up for the limited edition annual Mark Arum Show Christmas card. We'll tell you how you can get on that list next on the Mark Arum Show.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Just like your car, your septic system needs regular maintenance. Hi, I'm Shannon, the owner of Scorpion Septic. If you're seeing bubbles in your toilet, pooling in your yard, slow draining, or your toilet won't flush, you need Scorpion Septic.
Take the sting out of septic service with Scorpion Septic, where there is never a pump out charge with your repair. Call for more information. ScorpionSepticServices.com.
ScorpionSepticServices.com. If it's the big story, it's on 2. Channel 2 Action News this morning. I'm Fred Blankenship.
And I'm Lori Wilson. Big stories are always breaking. It may start in the morning, but the impact continues all day.
We're constantly working to bring you fresh information from different perspectives.
This is Developing Live. Our reporters are working to get you all the angles right now.
When it comes to the big story, this is always the place to get ready for your day.
Join us on Channel 2 Action News this morning every day, 4:30 to 7.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Hi there, good morning. It is 11 o'clock. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news sponsored by the Next Generation Xfinity 10G Network. We do have breaking new details this morning on a newborn found dead at a home in Marietta Sunday afternoon. Police this morning are now telling us they're charging the mother.
Marietta police were called to a house on Grambling Street and found a newborn dead. The Cobb County Medical Examiner's Office was also on scene investigating. Today, Marietta police said through a news release that the child's mother, 17-year-old Leticia Rodriguez, was being taken to Wellstar Kennestone Hospital to be examined. She will then be taken to the Cobb County Jail, where she will be held without bail on charges of concealing a death, abuse of a dead body, and abandonment of a dead body. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
Your weather for today, partly cloudy, an afternoon high right there around 72. Then the rain moves in. In fact, WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards says we're going to have 2 rounds of rain. The first one arriving early tomorrow morning, then
the second round of rain arrives late Wednesday night, with the heaviest rain occurring around midnight. Rain showers will taper off around sunrise Thursday morning, and dry conditions will prevail through the afternoon and evening on Thanksgiving.
And we'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming your way in just over 2 minutes. Georgia's Labor Commissioner Bruce Thompson has passed away from pancreatic cancer a little more than 9 months after publicly announcing his diagnosis. Thompson was just 59 years old. The CDC here in Atlanta is warning about a spike in what is commonly called walking pneumonia. Dr. Perla Soni on the symptoms.
You may have a little bit of fever for a day or two, but it's the persistent cough, maybe a little bit of sore throat.
And she says that symptoms start out mild, but that cough can last for weeks. The good news is it is easily treated with antibiotics. The CDC saying the exact number of cases is hard to determine, but they do suggest that walking pneumonia is at the highest level since COVID. And the CDC saying a spike is coming when people gather for Thanksgiving. Georgia is flush with cash as the state winds down the year with nearly $16.5 billion in reserves. Danny Canso with the Georgia Budget and Policy Institute says it puts state lawmakers in a good position to start investing in long-term goals when the next session begins in January.
We're now, for 4 consecutive years, we've seen these multi-billion-dollar surpluses, and the state has been really hesitant to spend those down.
And Canso says that they are encouraging more family-friendly tax relief and programs like a child care trust fund. All right, as you do your holiday shopping, if you use a store credit card, you might want to double check the interest rate. Some stores raising those rates, some of the interest rates as much as 30%. Correspondent Kelly O'Grady says that many retailers made the move of pushing those interest rates up after they knew the Federal Reserve was going to lower rates.
Some of these retailers like Athleta, Big Lots, they raised them 5 percentage points. So that might have been going from 29 to 34. And so the argument is, well, they knew these decreases were coming and they wanted to ensure they kept that profit margin.
And she says it's best to decline those store credit cards unless you know for sure you're going to be able to pay it off in full when the bill comes. An Atlanta Hawks legend being honored tonight after his passing 2 months ago.
A series of tributes for Hall of Famer Dikembe Mutombo will appear at the Hawks game against the Dallas Mavericks. That includes a new court decal in honor of his legacy. Players will also wear shirts during pregame with his famous "No, no, no" finger wag taunt on them. He played for the team from 1996 to 2001. His number 55 jersey was retired back in 2015. Mutombo died September 30th at the age of 58 after a battle with brain cancer. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
As we check your money, the Dow, NASDAQ, S&P are all in positive territory. Time now for live team coverage, traffic, and weather. We're going to start in the WSB 24-hour traffic center.
And saying good morning to you. Happy Monday to you, Sabrina. Going to start off with the crash over in Marietta. I got a crash over in the left lane, 75 southbound below the South 120 loop. That's exit 263. It is causing brake lights. Overall, Georgia 400 north and southbound looks pretty good between Sandy Springs and Cumming. And a few brake lights, 85 southbound as you leave through travel through the Norcross area and ramp onto Spaghetti Junction, 285. I'm Veronica Harrell, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly cloudy today, warm, high 72. Watching for rain showers to arrive after midnight. Off and on rain for the morning commute, but drying out through the day, high 62. Wednesday, partly cloudy, morning low 43. Afternoon, high 64.
It is 60 degrees in Beaufort. Brookhaven has 59. Gainesville has 60 degrees. We'll have more news at 11:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
No, I want this town to be near you.
11:05 on this pre-Thanksgiving Monday. Welcome back, friends. Mark Aram and crew with you till noon. Got some breaking news in the Middle East. We're going to continue our coverage of the Trump transition, but some breaking news via some sort of delivery tracking service. Deborah Green just got notification the Mark Aram Show Christmas cards are en route to be delivered to the station,
It
correct?
said it'll either be here today or tomorrow. That's the latest I have.
Fantastic. Well, now that I know that they are about to arrive, your chance to sign up for the limited edition annual Mark Aram Show Christmas card. 300 this year? Is that what we gave away? We ordered?
We ordered 300.
300.
So how many are we giving away?
I got to save one for my mom.
Yeah, exactly.
250. No, you know what? I'll buy extra. Well,
No.
275.
275.
All right,
Got
so
it.
there's going to be two, just in cases.
Right.
275. This is how, if you've never gotten it, you're in for a treat. I know there's been listeners that have been getting for the last 10 years, Longoria? Yeah. So the first 275 people that email Deborah with what do you need before I give out your email
Here's the
address?
thing.
What do
I
you need on the email?
Your full mailing address.
Yes.
I don't want your email. I don't care about your social. It's not an NFT. It
Yeah.
needs to be. It's a physical piece of mail delivered by the United States Postal
John
Service.
Smith at 123 Main Street.
Exactly. I
Okay.
need everything. And if it's missing something, then I can't do it. So you got to have your zip code and everything. I need
All
your
right.
full mailing address. And you can email that to me at Deborah@WSBradio.com. That is DEBRA@WSBradio.com.
DEBRA@WSBradio.com. Now, we have to get your full address for the mailing. But there's a story that I'm freaking out. I don't want to give my address out to anybody. I'll tell you that in a second. But again, first 275 people that email Deborah, DEBRA@WSBradio.com. Full name, full mailing address. First 275 get the annual Mark Aram Show Christmas card. Looks fantastic this
Already
year.
got an email.
There you go. All right. So, Deborah, why don't I want to give out my address anymore to anyone?
Oh, this is crazy. So criminals are actually using Google Maps to kind of scout out neighborhoods, houses to see what the layout is like, to say, oh, I could easily get in and out of there. Oh, they don't have a surveillance system. Let's go hit that place.
That's freaky. I love Google Maps. I like to look at my childhood home and be like, oh, what did they change? Or where I lived in college, like, oh, my God, it's more rat infested than it ever was. But that's scary that thieves, once they get your address, and again, we're not going to do this for the Mark Aram Show Christmas card. Clark Howard would never let us. We're not going to Google Maps your address to see, oh, let's see what kind of a palatial estate John Smith lives in. That's crazy to me that if your address is out there, that people can use Google Maps and check it out. Now, there's a tool to fight this, and this is where I'm going to need your help, Deborah. You can actually through some mechanism, blur your residence on Google Maps?
So Google will allow you to blur a photo of your house. So if you're looking at it and all of a sudden it looks out of focus, you can actually choose that. Now, what you have to do is you have to go to the website version. So you can't use your phone.
All right.
You actually have to be on a desktop. So go to Google Maps on your desktop.
All right, I'm doing that. We're going to do this live.
Okay.
So I'm going to...
Using the website. Then you have to go to Street View, where you actually look at pictures of your houses in your old neighborhood and stuff.
Okay, Street View.
Street View, you're
okay.
there.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be a drop-down menu that will appear in the top left corner of the screen. Can you find that? Top left drop-down menu.
Okay.
Okay. Then it should say report a problem.
Oh, I'm on the wrong drop-down menu.
Right. Okay. Well, when that happens, it's going to ask you, why do you want to report a problem? And you can basically say you'd like to be viewed because potential crime in the neighborhood or anything. So, and it's simple as that. So Google Maps using the website, go to Street View, find your address, go to the drop-down menu, and report a problem. Enter in that you'd like it to be blurred, and it'll blur it. So it's actually pretty simple.
All right. Well, you're going to do that for me later.
Okay.
Because I can't find the drop-down
All right,
menu.
I'll help
but
you.
I'm looking at my house right now, and it's a picture of before we bought it.
Yeah, but you haven't changed it that much, right? Like you haven't added an addition or changed where the doors are.
Maybe, in case people are looking. They don't see the electrified fence that I have around. Or the missile launcher that I have buried in there.
The lasers.
All right, Deborah's going to fix that for me. But there is a chance you can blur it. Thank you for that, Deborah. All right, so again, if you want one of the very few Mark Arum Show Christmas cards, annual tradition here, your name and mailing address, Deborah, DEBRA, at WSBradio.com. All right, picking up some breaking news in the Mideast. This happens right after we had Linda Gradstein on from Jerusalem. Apparently, there's going to be a vote tomorrow on a possible ceasefire deal between Israel and Hezbollah. Nick Robertson's in Jerusalem for CNN.
Yeah, this feels a little bit closer, Jim, and I think there's a number of reasons to look at it that way. Also, a source in the region outside of Israel last night was saying as well that he felt the deal was close and is very well informed about the situation as well. And then look at the atmospherics. Counterintuitively, there's been a real uptick in the number of strikes. Hezbollah into Israel yesterday, more than 250 missiles, 7 people injured. Israel onto Hezbollah targets in Lebanon yesterday, a significant uptick in strikes. We've seen that again today. Go back to 2006, right? The last time a ceasefire deal happened between Israel and Hezbollah, it was exactly the same metrics in terms of an uptick in bombardments and strikes. We're getting the same picture right now. Look, we've also been hearing words of caution, I think, from the foreign minister here saying that this deal has to have the Hezbollah go back 30 miles north of the border and also has to stop Hezbollah reforming and being such a power inside of Lebanon. That seems to be a big ask. But the key thing that's wanted by Israel in all of this is the ability to strike back at Hezbollah immediately if they break the ceasefire. And we're looking at a potential 60-day ceasefire here. But it really feels, for all these reasons, that we're moving in that direction and it could happen and the vote will come tomorrow. Caveat, been here before, could get run off the rails. The right-wing national security minister here, Itamar Ben-Gvir, a very loud voice inside the cabinet, he said today that he's told the prime minister, no way, we're close to crushing Hezbollah. This is not the time to stop. Continue, 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 is what he's quoted to have been saying. So will all the cabinet get on board and vote? Well, the hints we're getting is that actually they will.
Nick Robertson there in Jerusalem. That's exactly what I said to Linda Gradstein. Why I think this is going to happen, this peace deal, because as Nick mentioned, right before the 2006 peace deal, there was a major ratcheting up of bombardments on both sides. It's like, oh, we got a peace deal coming. We got to, let's get rid of our artillery now. That makes me feel good that Nick Robertson agrees with me. All right, geez, Louise, are we already out? We done?
Oh, yeah, I already have 297 emails.
All right, look at that.
Done.
All the Mark Arum Show credit cards. So the credit cards. That's something we could do. Mark Arum Show prepaid card.
Yeah, we'll charge and you pay.
Yeah. Mark Arum Show Christmas cards. Man, 7 minutes, gone. All of them. Thank you. You're going to enjoy it this year. Deborah did a great job. Fantastic picture of the Longoria family. All right, when we come back, more on the Trump transition. We'll go down to Mar-a-Lago, get the latest from Elena Treen. That is next on the Mark Arum Show.
The
morning rush hour, evening rush hour, and everything in between.
Looking at those brake lights, 75, 85 northbound coming up from Langford.
Tune in 24/7 with the Triple Team Traffic Center.
We do have that stoppage either side as you merge north and south on the connector.
Your source for Atlanta's traffic. Brought to you by the Cool Ray Lifetime Parts and Labor Warranty.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
We weren't planning on selling our home, but our family's needs changed. I'm Caitlin, and selling our home with a guaranteed offer from Marks Bain Real Estate was the best decision we made for our family. With over 11,000 five-star reviews, I had peace of mind knowing I could trust Marks Bain Real Estate to sell our home fast and for more than we were asking. If you're preparing to move, check out Marks Bain Real Estate's guaranteed offer. Go to marksbain.com and see what their guaranteed offer would be on your home. There's no obligation. That's marksbain.com and start packing.
Planning to propose this holiday? Shane Company is ready to help you find your dream engagement ring. We handpick the most beautiful diamonds and colorful gemstones in all shapes and sizes. So when you walk in the door, you can trust your rock is in stock. At Shane Company, we've always sourced directly, cut out the middleman, and pass the savings on to you. We work with your budget, not against it. We'll also protect your ring for life with our free unmatched lifetime warranty. Come see us at shaneco.com and in-store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed. Chris, with all the things we're reading, seeing, and living through these days, from rate cuts, election season, and now a new administration, now seems like a great time to make sure we have that comprehensive plan in place. You know, the one that covers all our financial bases.
There are occasions throughout the year where I feel like it's critical for people to engage their financial lives and get the information that they deserve from a financial advisory team. And this is one of those times, to be quite frank. So we ask that you call us if you have a minimum of $500,000 in your full portfolio. But we're going to do away with that minimum so that those folks can have an equal opportunity to understand what's in their portfolio as well. Now, you have to have some money, right? I can't help you to build your wealth at work, right? But I sure can help, I believe, with your 401k, IRA management. There's probably 2 or 3 things that'll surprise you that you may want to take action on. So the next 10 people that call in, we'll work up either a portfolio x-ray, or if you feel like you need a full retirement plan, go to unleashyourmoney.com, click on portfolio x-ray, or click on full retirement plan. We think you'll be impressed enough, and we want you to become a client. There's no question about it. We believe that we are a very competent fiduciary advisory team, and we want to offer that to our listeners. Let Hoffman Financial Group actually show you how we perform, and I believe we perform at the pinnacle of this industry.
Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
They want another review.
And here you are getting your news, weather, and traffic on WSB. As a small business owner, you might be thinking,
if only the hundreds of thousands of WSB listeners knew that my business is perfect for their needs.
Growing your business is easier than you think. Most of the successful and respected brands you hear advertising on WSB grew their leads and revenue connecting with our listeners.
Brands like Cool Ray, Breda Pest Management, and Finley Roofing. They built relationships with the listeners who tried their products, loved them, and told their friends.
brands. This could be your business.
It's easier than you think because it's what we do. Customize advertising campaigns to increase your leads and revenue.
WSB has a team of creative brand builders who know how to get your message out and grow your business.
Join the elite Atlanta small businesses that grew to the next level thanks to WSB. Just go to WSBradio.com and click the advertise button in the top navigation bar, and someone will contact you shortly. Grow your business the right way with WSB Radio.
Motorcycle riders like you are a different breed. You don't just ride your bike, you're obsessed. So if someone causes you to lay your bike down, you need a different kind of attorney, one that understands bikers and their rights. Eric Von Hessler here for my friends at Steel Horse Law, the Stein and Karen Law Group, motorcycle injury lawyers who ride. You can trust them on the road and in the courtroom. Steel Horse Law can help you get back on your feet, medical bills paid, and your case resolved. Trust is everything and results matter. Free case evaluation at steelhorselaw.com.
11:18 on the Mark Arum Show. I cannot wait to say hello and good morning to Veronica Harrell.
And hello and good morning to you, Mark. Yeah, right now folks are running into delays over in Marietta because of a crash 75 southbound at the South 120 loop. That's exit 263. The left lane taken out there. Pretty easy on Georgia 400 north and southbound. I-85 also a good run. And on the downtown connector, only a few brake lights 75, 85 north and south. I'm Veronica Harrell, 95.5 WSB.
All right, I'm in the process of tweeting out, Xing out, whatever, posting on X, the link on how you can blur your home on Google Maps. Deborah just did it for me.
Super easy, right?
Yeah,
like literally 2 clicks.
There you go. So I just blurred my home. So Longoria, you can't spy on me and figure out where all my goodies are stored. I don't have goodies. That's all. All right. So I just tweeted it out at Mark Arum, M-A-R-K. It was very simple. I couldn't figure it out. Deborah came just like click, 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 boom. There you go. So tweet out if you want to blur your home on Google Maps, I suggest you do it. All right, welcome back to the show. Continuing our team coverage of the Trump transition. We were all over the globe. We went to the White House with Karen Travers. We had John Decker on talking about the first 100 days of the cabinet. Let's go inside, though, inside the Trump sanctum. Some call her the new Trump whisperer. She's down in South Florida. Elena Treen from CNN is at Mar-a-Lago following what could be a difficult proposition, getting a couple of these nominees confirmed.
Right. Well, we still have a couple. We have about 4 left in the cabinet, but really he has filled out all of the most important cabinets and the core cabinet and moved at a very quick pace to do that, which is 3 weeks since Election Day. But you're right. I mean, right now, the focus is really shifting from his announcing his picks and filling out who he wants to serve in these top roles to how he is going to get them through the confirmation process. I know from my conversations with those working with the transition that they have been doing a lot of work behind the scenes. For some of these people, they had already recognized some of these concerns beforehand. That includes someone like RFK Jr. They know that as a former Democrat and someone who is now going to be in a top health role if he can get confirmed. A lot of senators are worried about, his past comments on supporting abortion access and trying to get some of those staunchly conservative people in the Senate to get assurance by some of what they're trying to do. So we're hearing them reach out. I know a lot of people on Trump's team are reaching out to people on the Hill. They're going to be setting up meetings one-on-one with some of these different candidates to have them meet them behind closed doors before we start to really see these confirmation hearings play out in public. Now, 2 very controversial picks that they recognize they could have some issues with are Pete Hegseth, his pick to lead the Department of Defense, but also Tulsi Gabbard. And I want to focus on Gabbard here because her comments about, her skepticism around surveillance and also really her deep distrust of a lot of the agencies that she is going to be overseeing is something we have heard many people in the Senate start to raise alarm bells on. I want you to take a listen to what we heard some senators say yesterday on this.
She is, in terms of the intelligence community, very unqualified. Plus, she is potentially compromised and could be, and there are questions about whether or not she is now a Russian asset.
Well, we'll have lots of questions. She met with Bashir Assad. We'll want to know what the purpose was and what the direction for that was. As a member of Congress, we'll want to get a chance to talk about past comments that she's made and get them into full context. So sure, there's comments that are floating out there, but we want to be able to know the rest of the story.
As you heard there, Senator Tammy Duckworth, she is a Democrat in the Senate, but then Lankford, a Republican and someone who is new to leadership, also saying that he has some serious questions that he wants to ask Gabbard. Now, through all of this, I will say that when, just to get into Trump's mindset a bit here, he chose a lot of these different people, recognizing they were controversial, but also that was part of the reason that he picked them. He wants to have different, what they're calling disruptors in these different agencies, in these top roles, to really, as you put it, buck the norm here and really break from tradition. And so he is very committed, and so is the transition team, to making sure they have a smooth process. I think the work that they will be doing between now and Inauguration Day, making sure these people are walking through the Senate, meeting with the people they need to shore up support with, is going to be one of the key priorities throughout the rest of his transition.
Elena Trine, CNN in South Florida. Now, the way I look at this, again, I mentioned this when we had Eric Erickson on last half hour, the fact that Matt Gaetz didn't get to the confirmation process means no Democrat or no concerned Republican had to burn a no vote when it comes to the Senate confirmation. So their powder is still dry. They still have a full round of ammunition ready to shoot down any possible nomination that comes to the forefront. That being said, of the three that are, in question, in doubt as far as the nomination, Gabbard, Hegseth, RFK Jr., I would imagine that President-elect Trump has enough political capital to get at least two of them confirmed no matter what, right? Shaking hands, applying pressure, doing what he has to do, that I think the most likely scenario is two of those three controversial names will get confirmed. The question is which candidate is most likely to fall by the wayside, where those no votes finally come in, whether it's by a Murkowski or a Collins or a McConnell and the Democrats. I think they only need three Republican senators, maybe four, to submarine a confirmation. Gabbard, Hegseth, and RFK Jr. So I would imagine there's a lot of conversations going on in the halls of power in the Senate, both on the Democrat and Republican side. The Democrats, I can't imagine that they're going to vote no on every. I think Marco Rubio is going to get approved by a majority of the Democrats. There's a bunch that are going to get approved. The Democrats are asking themselves, who are we going to fight to keep out the most? Because most likely they can only tick off one of those three nominees. And I'm sure there are talks in the Republican halls of power when it comes to the Senate saying, all right, we've got to get at least two of these three in. Who do we want to protect and who do we want to let fly? Now, I asked Erickson. He said RFK Jr. is probably the one that's most likely to get bounced from Senate confirmation. And the only problem I have with that answer is Kennedy's a lifelong Democrat. I know he's not very popular in Democratic circles right now, but are there enough old school Democrats that just have too much respect for the Kennedy name that won't vote no for him? We'll see. I think the Gabbard confirmation might be the toughest hill to climb for Republicans, but we'll see. Two of the three, though, I think will get in. Gabbard, Hegseth, RFK Jr. We'll continue to monitor Trump transition throughout the day here on 95.5 WSB. News, weather, and traffic straight away. We'll be right back. It's the Mark Arum Show this Thanksgiving week on 95.5 WSB.
If you were injured while riding in a Lyft or an Uber, you might be entitled to compensation. These big corporations are responsible for keeping you safe while you're riding. We are Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, and we are ready to fight to get you more. With more than 800 lawyers, 100 offices, and more than $20 billion recovered, Morgan fights to get you more. So if you've been injured in a Lyft or an Uber, contact Morgan & Morgan right now. Dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, it's Ashley Frasca from the Traffic Center. You may have heard me talk about businesses that use shipping containers for you to provide more storage when they've outgrown their warehouse. Is your house and garage overrun with lawn equipment, tools, boxes of Christmas decorations, bikes, and more? Visit shippingcontainersforyou.com. These containers were built tough to travel oceans with containers stacked on top of them. Shipping Containers For You has 40-foot and 20-foot containers that can be delivered to you within days. Go ahead and visit them online, shippingcontainersforyou.com.
At Humana, our Medicare Advantage plans give you coverage and care you can count on, along with guided support to help you feel your best. Our licensed sales agents are ready to help you understand your options and choose a Medicare Advantage plan. You'll feel confident because you have plan options that fit your needs. You could have a plan with a $0 premium and even personalized care from a wide network of doctors, or all-in-one plans that may include medical and prescription coverage, as well as routine dental, vision, and hearing. When it comes to the benefits and support you need, Humana has Medicare Advantage plans made for your well-being and your wallet. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Norwegian Cruise Line's Black Friday preview sale is finally here. Enjoy huge savings with 50% off all cruises and NCL's all-new More at Sea package, including unlimited open bar, specialty dining, and more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line ships registry the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is hiring residential garage door technicians and installers. You can earn a hiring bonus up to $2,500. Apply today at overheaddooratlanta.com. overheaddooratlanta.com.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It is 11:30. Good morning. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This just in. We have just gotten word from Marietta Police this hour that the mother of a baby found dead in Marietta Sunday afternoon has now been charged. Marietta Police saying the mother, 17-year-old Letitia Rodriguez, charged with concealing a death, among other things. As she was taken to the hospital, she's going to be booked into the Cobb County lockup when she's discharged. The investigation is ongoing. More charges are possible once the medical examiner determines the cause of death for that baby. This is also new here at 11:30. 2 gang members have been indicted for murder in Athens. Attorney General Chris Carr's office saying that the 2 teenage boys, aged 15 and 17 years old, were members of the Sex Money Murder Gang, which has a strong presence here in Georgia. They were found guilty of murdering 20-year-old Cameron Mango at the Rolling Ridge Apartments in Athens back in May. All right, your weather for today. Partly cloudy, warming up to a high of 72, but rain is on the way. We'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast with WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards coming up in just over 2 minutes. The holiday travel period's underway, and lots of people are traveling this week. Many are flying, and there is a strike of some airline workers in North Carolina.
Private contract workers at Charlotte Douglas International Airport in North Carolina are on a one-day strike. They want better pay. The workers clean planes, restrooms, and gate areas, along with helping passengers with wheelchairs.
The wages got to be more so everybody can have what they need to survive or to live. We're surviving, but we're not living.
Most of us are homeless, are living from paycheck to paycheck, and for the jobs we do, that's not right.
The striking workers make between $12 and $19 an hour. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
President-elect Donald Trump added some names to his administration over the weekend. Correspondent Nicole Killian is in West Palm Beach, Florida this morning.
Friday, the president-elect naming Scott Bessent as his Treasury Secretary. That was one we had been waiting on for some time, one that was very competitive, too, by the way, with even Elon Musk weighing in on who he wanted for that role. But look, Scott Bessent is someone who appears to be very well liked on Wall Street. He is also someone who will be tasked with implementing the president-elect's policies with respects to taxes and tariffs.
And Trump has said that he was going to make all of his announcements for cabinet and administration appointments by Thanksgiving, and he has done that, but he still has to sign the transition documents. The Menendez brothers have a virtual court hearing scheduled for today in an effort to have their sentences reduced. Eric and Lyle Menendez are serving life sentences for the 1989 murders of their parents in Beverly Hills. And there's been renewed interest in this case since that Netflix series that was released, the true crime drama series Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story. It features claims by those brothers that they were the victims of childhood sexual abuse by their father. And if you're headed to the grocery store this week and you need eggs, get ready to pay more. Bert Nelson is an economist with the American Farm Bureau.
Bird flu is by far the biggest factor impacting egg prices right now. In the last couple months alone, we've seen about 10 million birds affected by the virus.
Increased demand combined with shortages from the avian flu have driven up costs 30% over last year, according to the Consumer Price Index. The virus has killed 75 million egg-laying birds since 2022, about 8% of the national supply. Let's take a look at the markets. The Dow currently up 370 at 44,666. So the Dow's up almost a full percent. NASDAQ's up more than 0.5%, and the S&P's up almost 0.5%. Time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather, brought to you by Rocco's European Garage. Veronica Harrell has a look at the roads.
And some better news in Marietta. The crash is cleared 75 southbound at that South 120 loop. Exit 263. Still, you're looking at delays that stretch back to Highway 5. Authorities are saying there is a stalled motorist 575 northbound up around Ridge Walk Parkway, exit 9. It knocks out a left lane, causing a few brake lights trying to get you over into Holly Springs. And then checking on a slow zone now. Georgia 400 northbound right around Windward Parkway, exit 11, causing delays between Alpharetta and Cumming. I'm Veronica Harrell, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. A mix of sun and clouds today, high 72. Rain showers arrive after midnight with lows in the mid-50s. The morning rain tapers off. Afternoon sunshine staying cool, high 62. Dry on Wednesday, partly cloudy, morning low 43. Afternoon high 64.
It is 64 degrees in Woodstock and Tucker, also in Loganville. We'll have more news at noon, breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Stay connected to Atlanta's news, weather, and traffic with the 95.5 WSB app. Listen to Atlanta's morning news. EVH, Eric Erickson, Mark Aram, and Shelley Winter. No matter where you go, 95.5 WSB and the WSB app. Download it today or find us in the iHeart and Odyssey apps.
Still to come, we'll continue our coverage of the Trump transition. Some big breaking news when it comes to local television. I'll explain in 2 minutes on the Mark Aram Show.
Hey, y'all, it's Eric. So I'm a small business owner. You know, I'm an employee here at the station, but I've also got my own small business for my national syndicated show. And it pains me trying to get great benefits for my employees who I do like to take care of. And healthcare is just absurd these days. Can I recommend to you an option? Hip Nation. They might be able to help you. You're paying outrageous premiums. Your employees, they can barely afford to take care of their healthcare options themselves, much less add their families to their plans. And maybe you're struggling, like I struggle as a small businessman, to actually provide great healthcare options for my employees. Try Hip Nation. Go to hipnation.com. Get a free quote. You're going to find they've got great options for your employees. At hipnation.com, you can get a second opinion on your options for healthcare today. They're better healthcare, lower costs. Hipnation.com. That's hipnation.com.
Fall, lots of fun, festivals, football, and full roads. With all of these activities and distractions, pack your patience and take your time. Hey, it's Smiler Mark McKay. We all know accidents happen, and if a distracted driver hits you this fall, call my trusted team at John Foy & Associates, the Strong Arm. They specialize in personal injury law with a winning track record taking on big insurance companies. There is zero cost until they win your case. Call 24/7 for your free case evaluation, johnfoy.com.
November 29th is Blue Box Friday at D. Geller & Son Jewelers. It's our best sale of the year. Every beautiful piece of jewelry in a blue box is 20% off. Buy 2 pieces and get 40% off both. Buy 3 or more, get 60% off everything. You'll find everything from classic diamond hoops to unique gemstone necklaces to diamond wedding bands. D. Geller & Son has been Atlanta's holiday tradition since 1939. This Blue Box Friday, let us show you why with incredible jewelry at unbeatable prices in Atlanta, Kennesaw, and Sandy Springs. Learn more at dgeller.com. shippingcontainers.com.
Have you outgrown the space at your business or home? Shipping Containers for You has your perfect solution. Affordable 40-foot and 20-foot containers that can be delivered to you within days. Go to shippingcontainersforyou.com. That's shippingcontainersforyou.com.
He's packed in the animals 2 by 2.
Ox, a camel, and a kangaroo. 11:37. Welcome back, friends. Mark Arum and crew with you till noon. Then Eric Erickson will take over these airways from noon to 3. Got a big local story I want to tell you about in a second, but we have tickets to give away today, Deborah.
Yeah, these are great. Tickets to see the B-52s at the Aikens Ford Arena. That is in Athens, their hometown, and that show is December 14th.
What's it? Tin Roof.
Rusted.
All right, that's big. All right, wait, let me write this down.
All
I
right,
want to go
B-52s,
Yeah.
December 14th at Aikens Ford Arena in Athens.
Oh, I got to go to the Classic City. All right, 3 days before my birthday. I'll go there. I'll go to see the B-52s. Let's do the 15th caller to 404-872-0750. 15th caller to 404-872-0750 wins a pair of tickets to see the legendary Athens band, the B-52s, December 14th in Athens at that place.
The Aikens Ford Arena.
The Aikens Ford Arena. Very good. All right, 15th caller, Sweet Pea. Coming back to some breaking news from our friends at Channel 2 Action News. I don't know if you got the push alert. Justin Farmer, our longtime friend of the show, has decided to make a career change after 17 years at WSB TV. 17 years ago. I remember when he was hired like it was yesterday. Farmer is the anchor of the 4 and 6 p.m. news. After a lot of discussion, it's hard to say goodbye to Justin, said my old boss, Marion Pittman, president of WSB TV. His commitment to covering local news in North Georgia is second to none. We wish him the best as he takes on a new path in his career. I want to thank Justin for his dedication to WSB TV and for almost 2 decades of service to our viewers. Justin is going to move into the financial industry. Very nice. Mr. Bitcoin. He's now a crypto bro. I don't know. I'll text him and find out. Quote, I've been an active investor for a long time, and I'm turning that passion into a profession and leading a specialized firm in Atlanta. Justin's last day of full-time anchoring at Channel 2 will be November 26th. That's tomorrow. Wow. Justin, he's always been a friend of the show, always come down. Sources tell me he was making $65,000 a year, and they offered him a $500,000 contract, and he pulled the Chuck Woolery and was like, no. So if using deductive logic, Justin Farmer will now be replaced by Pat Sajak. So Pat Sajak is going to anchor the 4 and 6. Listen, he's had a storied career. Best of luck. I can't believe he's not just retiring. If I had Farmer money, I'm out. I'm on a beach. I would have retired 5 years ago. But congrats to Justin. I have not been offered the anchor job, so you don't have to worry about a thing, Deborah. Not that you were worried.
No, I don't think we were.
They're like, whoa, you got Husky again on radio. We're not going to offer you that gig. Interesting. All right, congrats to Justin. If you want to come down, you want to call the show, we'll do an exit interview with Justin Farmer. Right? That's what we do when long time.
Is that what they do? They exit?
Well, on the show. We don't,
on the show.
Yeah,
yes.
on the show we do an exit interview. Like when folks leave Channel 2 or WSB, right? Yeah, like Mellish. I did an exit interview with Mellish.
Yeah, we had Karen Minton on.
Yeah. So Justin, you're always welcome to the Mark Arum Show studio. 17. I remember when he was hired like it was yesterday. I would have said 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 17 years ago he was with Channel 2. Good for him. Still can't believe you're not retiring. That's crazy. You have Anchorman money. What are you doing? You have Ron Burgundy money. You have leather-bound books.
Remember this?
No.
You don't remember when we made this?
No. Was this when every time he would join us on the show?
Yeah.
I have no recollection.
Who made that?
I have no idea.
I think probably Trip West. Probably
I was like, this was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Not Vinny.
Not
Vinny. No, he wasn't even here.
Vinny was still in elementary school. Can you play the beginning of that? I had totally forgotten about that. Every time we'd have Justin Farmer from Channel 2 come down in.
Justin Farmer.
Aw, now I'm getting misty-eyed. There you go. JF, congrats on the career change, my friend. All right, so I want to continue. I'm 50 years old. I want to continue to educate myself, but I have no desire to go get an advanced degree. I don't want a master's, a doctorate. I want an honorary doctorate so I can hang it up next to Maya's real doctorate. But I always wanted to audit courses at like Georgia Tech or Georgia State where I don't need to get graded, but I go in the classroom and learn. And there hasn't been a course that I was really interested in until Deborah told me about a graffiti art class. I'm hooked. Give me the details, Deborah.
So no, you're not going to get a degree or anything.
I don't want.
Like
I
that.
just want to know how to do it.
You don't even have to go to a university or anything. It's a man named Malcolm Turpin, and he has taken his passion for art. He's got his degree in multimedia art, and he notices that Atlanta has a great street art scene, right? Like we've driven around.
Absolutely.
Right. And
Look at the Mark Arum show. All right.
Exactly.
Keep telling the story.
Yeah. So he decided, Atlanta's really friendly to street art and graffiti, but a lot of people don't know how to do it. It's kind of one of those things that you do as you learn from somebody. But no one really teaches you how to do it. So he started a class called Graffiti Class ATL, and that's the website too. And you can go down to the Beltline, your favorite place, the Beltline, and he will show you how to use like the different nozzles, the spray cans technique. So you're not just randomly spraying stuff. You know how they get the shadows and everything, and he'll teach you a basic class on how to do some beginning graffiti or street art, depending on what you
Even if it's on the Beltline, which I'm not a fan of.
You should love the food scene down there.
I do love the food, but it's just too much. But so I just held up, if you're watching the show live at WSBradio.com, our alternate show logo is a graffiti logo made by famed Atlanta graffiti artist Nels, rest in peace, who passed away. I went to school with legendary taggers in New York. That's what it's called, taggers. Sten 3, Dose, Lounge. They were famous if in New York on streetcars or whatever. And they tried to teach me. And I was horrible at it. It's truly an art with a spray, but they couldn't pass their inherent wisdom onto me.
They just didn't have the patience to teach somebody, right? Like there's certain things that people catch on to.
They tried, but they would yell at me because we're in college, and they're like, "You're wasting that whole can of spray paint. That was $6, Arum. Stop." I would love to be able to have that. All right, so how do I sign up? What's the deal?
Okay, so the website is graffiticlassatl.com, and it'll give you the updated schedule of when he has classes. And the next one is going to be December 14th, 2 o'clock, and you just go down to the Beltline. It'll give you more like where to meet at the Beltline.
I'm going to see the B-52s on December 14th, so I'm going to miss that.
Sorry.
Graffiti, I'm down. I would love to be able to have that. I think I have a little artistic ability. I took an art class in college.
Oh gosh, what was it?
Just, I don't know, drawing.
Mixed medias?
Drawing, pencil,
charcoal. Okay,
yeah.
Drawing.
And the teacher was like, "Wow, I'm impressed." Like,
Do you still have those?
Oh yeah,
really?
100%.
Oh, we should post them online.
All right, I'll bring them in. I would love to. I had no graffiti. I can do my little tag writing on a notebook. I do it all the time. In fact, here on the show, but I can't do like a mural or I'm down. All right, graffiticlassatl.com. Use code word Eric and you get a free apple tartlet. Congratulations to Brian and Dacula. He won a pair of tickets to see the B-52s, courtesy of the Mark Arum Show and 95.5 WSB. When we come back, updating the Trump transition again, and really cool thing that's going to be happening Thanksgiving Day, chance for you to win a lot of money, gift cards from my friends at Publix. I'll give you the deets next on the Mark Arum Show.
Turkey, stuffing, and $100?
Now that's a happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving Day is Turkey Day payday.
Listen every hour between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. for the keyword.
You could win a $100 gift card to Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
And you'll have the entire hour to enter the keyword
on the WSB app
or WSBradio.com.
From the station that's thankful for you.
95.5 WSB. Details at WSBradio.com.
Make the most of your holidays with the Kroger app. You can enjoy over $600 in digital coupons every week. Get access to low prices and earn fuel points to save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. The Kroger app makes it easy to save this holiday season. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply.
Right now, frozen grade A Kroger brand turkey is 69 cents a pound with your card and digital coupon and an additional $25 purchase. Limit 2. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
Attention taxpayers. If you or your business owe the IRS back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, the IRS has green-lighted billions of dollars in tax relief to those facing financial hardship through its tax relief initiatives. If you have a delinquent tax problem and possibly facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or already in a payment plan, you may now qualify for significant relief. Qualifying and enrolling in this program could stop all collections, settle your tax problem, and may even reduce what you owe by up to 99%. Call the hotline at Tax Help USA to see if you qualify by dialing 800-364-4142. If you or your business owe at least $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS or state, you can now get the help that you need during these hard economic times. Call Tax Help USA to get your free tax assessment to see what you qualify for by dialing 800-364-4142. 800-364-4142. That's 800-364-4142.
That time of the year when your significant other wants to start picking out pictures for the Christmas card. Guys, are you unhappy with the photos that are available because of your hair loss? We'll change that. So next Christmas, you can be proud of what's going on the top of your head. It's Mark Arum back from my friends at Advanced Hair. I've been there. Amazing staff, amazing procedure, quick, simple, one-day treatment, and your real hair begins to regrow the very next day, guaranteed to grow for life. If you want to get your hair back, now's the time. Advanced Hair is the place, and you can be excited about picking out your picture for the Christmas card next year. One visit, but first you're going to need a free consultation. Schedule now, 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com, and if you move forward, you get $250 off plus 250 free grafts. One-day treatment, life-changing results, your own natural hair guaranteed to grow. I want you to be happy about the pictures people are taking of you on your Christmas cards. Go to advancedhair.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code RADIO to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code RADIO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code RADIO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
1150 on the Mark Arum Show. Trouble on I-575, live to Atlanta's only 24-hour traffic center. Veronica Harrell.
And right now, dealing with a travel advisory with that trouble. It's a stalled motorist, 575 northbound before Ridgewalk Parkway, exit 9. It knocks out the left lane, slowing things down, but you know you can avoid all of the backups by using Highway 5. Elsewhere, it looks like that may be construction. Georgia 400 northbound, north of Windward Parkway, exit 11, causing delays between Alpharetta and the Cumming area. And elsewhere, downtown ride, only a few brake lights, 75, 85 north and south. I'm Veronica Harrell, 95.5 WSB.
Remember the song long ago? Baby, Baby?
I do.
Amy Grant celebrates her 64th birthday today. She was big when I was a kid. In the 80s, she was really big. Amy Grant. One other musical thing, not as ear-friendly, maybe, as Amy Grant. Remember Gangnam Style? Gangnam Style? It was 12 years ago that YouTube announced that Gangnam Style by South Korean rapper Psy had become the site's most viewed video with over 805 million views. He was not the South Korean that binge ate to avoid military service, although he was kind of portly, wasn't Psy? All right, 805 million views. You make money on that kind of views on YouTube, right?
You need to have those kind of views to make money.
Yeah, that's insane. Quick update. Oh, let me remind you. You heard it in the commercial, but I'm going to tell you anyway. A way for you folks to get some extra food in your pantry over the Thanksgiving holiday. So it's Turkey Day payday this Thursday. All day on Thanksgiving, your chance to win a $100 gift card from Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. Listen for a keyword every hour and then enter into the WSB Radio app. And then from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. every hour, we're giving away a $100 Publix gift card. And if you win one, I can come with you and show you how to take advantage of the BOGOs at Publix. I love Publix so much. And you can pre-order your Thanksgiving Day dinner with Publix too. Have you seen the commercial on Facebook that I did?
I did not.
It's on Instagram. Have you seen it yet?
I have not.
It's posted now?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I was on Instagram earlier.
I'll show it to you. It's me explaining all the delicious stuff you can pre-order from Thanksgiving. Not that I would say don't get it from Publix, but I saw a commercial that Golden Corral is doing to-go stuff for Thanksgiving.
Ooh.
So I guess like pre-made plates from Golden Corral where you don't have to eat it in.
It's all just the whole little serving.
I think so.
Maybe they let you go in there and
make your own.
Make your
Well,
own.
that fits.
Big old
all
pile
right.
of turkey.
And Cracker Barrel's doing a thing. We're going to have a full rundown. If you don't have Thanksgiving plans, we're going to have a full rundown for you. Deborah, tell me about, speaking of Thanksgiving, side dish trends. Are the kids now changing what we eat on Thanksgiving?
I don't think so. I think they're pretty traditional. I mean, the turkey's fine and everything, but what makes the meal is usually the stuff that goes along with the turkey,
Absolutely.
right? So the 5 biggest trends for this year's Thanksgiving are the ones that we all thought of. Number 5 is mac and cheese. I didn't grow up with
Me
mac
neither.
and cheese,
Me
but I
neither.
know it's a big thing down
yeah,
here.
I'm
so-
fine. Hey, mac and cheese is fine.
Yeah.
Don't put everything bagel seasoning in it like Kraft is trying to do.
Number 4 is your traditional green bean casserole. I'm not the biggest fan of any casserole, but again, I know that's a staple at Thanksgiving.
Maya doesn't love it like I do, but the fact that I'm willing to eat something green, she's all on board.
She's all for it, yeah.
She's like, oh, if that's what it takes to get you vegetables, I'll make green bean casserole every night.
Number 3, I got to skip. It's the sweet potatoes.
Nope, pass.
Don't love those,
Pass.
but that's a tradition. Number 2, I think we all love mashed potatoes.
Absolutely.
And of course, number 1, when it comes to Thanksgiving,
Stuffing.
number 1 is the stuffing.
Got to be
yeah,
the stuffing.
absolutely.
Yeah. I keep hearing people talk about, oh, the best day is after Thanksgiving when you can make the leftover sandwich. Then you're not doing it right.
No.
If it's better the day after, then you're not doing it right.
I don't make sandwiches
No,
with my left.
but they talk about you take bread and stuffing and turkey and cranberry sauce and gravy. That's no. If your Thanksgiving feast tastes better the day after, you got to have a talk with the chef because that's just not the way it should be. Quick note before we get to fact of the day. This is a pretty somber moment in history. 61 years ago today, President John F. Kennedy laid to rest at Arlington National Cemetery. You heard this audio on WSB Radio November 25th, 1963. 61 years ago today, taps playing as Kennedy was laid to rest at the Arlington National Cemetery. I remember visiting his grave. Don't they have the eternal flame there?
Yeah, they do. They
We
have
just
the-
did when we went to D.C. with the girls.
I don't know what budget reasons they had.
It's eternal.
I wonder if
it's eternal.
Vivek and Musk are like, we got to stop paying.
Shut the flame off.
Yeah.
That'll save us billions.
Yeah, interesting. So that was 61 years ago today. You heard it right here on WSB Radio.
Longoria's fact of the day.
I don't know how I'll follow that with
I'm
this,
sorry, I'm
but
sorry.
It's National Parfait Day today, and the word parfait is French for perfect. And the National Parfait Day is created. Oh, that's not the one I was reading. Parfait were served at the first Nobel Prize Award ceremony in 1901 in Stockholm.
Refreshment. A parfait is like Cool Whip and then fruit and
Yeah,
then
you
Cool
think of
Whip.
the peanut butter parfait at
Oh,
the Dairy Queen.
yes.
That's a parfait.
And it's different in France than it is here.
Oh, really? What's
Yeah.
the
The
brie?
difference, let's see, it's made with egg, sugar, cream, and syrup. And the American is just made with layers of fruit, flavored syrup, and whipped cream.
There you go.
So
All
it's
right.
a little different.
National Parfait Day.
Parfait Day.
All right. What are you going to do? They all can't be winners, these national days.
It's leading up to Thanksgiving. Come on now.
Well, that's why they had National Stuffing Day last week, I think.
Yeah?
Or over the
Last
weekend.
week?
Why would you do National Stuffing Day?
The week before Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
All
Who
right.
comes
thank
up with these days?
Yeah, I'm going to talk to them.
All right, let's do star of the show. Stars of the show.
And now, are you guys ready for the Mark Aram star of the show?
My main, Alex Williams, brought in my coffee. Not necessary, but he did. Justin Farmer, congrats on 17 great years in the industry, my friend. Best of luck in your future endeavors. Linda Gradstein joined us live from Jerusalem. Very hopeful there actually might be a ceasefire deal. I'm actually optimistic this is going to happen between Israel and Hezbollah. She gets a star of the show. Eric Erickson joined us live, as he always does on Monday. He gets a star of the show. Fantastic insight, as always, from him. Christine Aquino from Bloomberg News talking about Scott Bessent's nomination as Treasury Secretary. Apparently the markets are very happy with this. Sabrina's going to have a market update for you in just a couple of minutes. Karen Travers, White House correspondent from ABC, joined us live at the White House. John Decker, correspondent, joined us to talk about the what we can expect during the first 100 days of the Trump transition. Oh, Bob Rathman's birthday. He gets the star of the show. Longtime friend of the show. I don't think we have a sounder or a musical bed for Bob Rathman, but love Bob. And Deborah, you're going to have to mail out 275 Mark Aram Show Christmas cards. I can't believe how quick they went. 5 minutes, all claimed.
Every year, they go quicker.
That's, wow, unbelievable. So congrats to all the winners. If you didn't get on the Mark Aram Show Christmas card list, don't worry. I'll post a picture of it once they start hitting mailboxes, and you can print it out and put it on your mantle or fridge, whatever you want to do. All right, social media is all of them. Bluesky, Threads, Twitter, Facebook, at Mark Aram, MarkArum. Stay safe. Have a great Monday, Atlanta.